Hello there, welcome back to Crafters TV. It's Wednesday evening here in the UK, which means, of course, it is time for Creative Cravings, that one show of the week where we take things maybe back to basics a little more than we would ordinarily. Lots of great stuff coming up in the show for you. There is also another opportunity to see everything that Tonic have brought to us today. Jodie will be back in an hour's time, so we'll have an hour of Creative Cravings, an hour of Tonic, and then another hour of Creative Cravings. And I am pleased to say I'm reunited once again with my TV wife. Debbie is back here in the studio. You revitalised and ready for the final instalment, Debbie?
Oh, absolutely. I've had dinner, I've had a nice drink, no more just water, and I've had a cupcake. So even better,
Do you sure you didn't have
Joe.
gin and tonic?
Did I what?
Did you have a gin and tonic?
No, I didn't have a gin and tonic, just a bottle of water. I did buy myself a bottle of lilt, but then I didn't drink much of it.
Oh,
I know.
Why not?
I had it and didn't really fancy it, so...
Now we know.
Yeah,
and Debbie brought us all some lovely cupcakes as well, didn't you, between shows, Debbie?
Yes, yes, yes.
Absolutely.
Now, let's guess, did Jamie have the crunchy one? Jamie, see, I thought that you loved the crunchy.
Oh, he had a flake. There you go. Although he did say that crunchy was his favourite chocolate yesterday, so that's why we're a little bit perplexed as to why he didn't go for that one. Who knows? Lots of you tuning in saying hi. Linda's in Wisconsin. Lisa's in Minnesota. Bethan saying hello. Karen's in California. Cheryl's back from a very rainy Alaska. Kimberly's in North Carolina, and Ali is saying hi from the Netherlands. Hello. Yes, I think rain seems to be the order of the day today. The theme of the day, the weather has taken a turn for the worst here in the UK. It's very, very wet all over the place. If you want to get in touch with us, Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion over on YouTube, and I will pop any comments you've got across to the lovely Debbie. Now, something else that you may have seen going on across on our social media is Riddle Me This. The Riddler is out in force. Now, all you need to do is make your guess. So here is the riddle of the day. I dance on a Saturday under the disco light, my foxtrot tango and drive brighten everyone's night. My crafty counterparts know how to put on a show, but when it comes to crafting, she's the ... Oh, if you think you know the answer, pop on over to the website, put it into the search bar, and if you see Ben pop up under the product, you'll know that you have got it correct today. And how will we reward you? With an amazing deal on that particular product. So make sure you head over to the website and you go and check all of those out. There's loads in the show that we've got to get through over the next few hours, so we may as well get things kicked off and start with these. Something I haven't seen for a while, actually, and they're back. Not only are they back, but they're back at their best ever price, which is marvellous. These are your decorative gatefold die collection that you've got. Now, the brilliant thing about these is, what you've got are these sort of outside edges, so they're going to cut the style of gatefold for you, but because then the way that you've got two different decorative panels in here, it means you can really play around with how you put them together. So you can create three very clear, distinct, different looks, whether it's the floral meadow that you're using, which is that one there. You've also got nesting dies in the centre there too, so we really have jam-packed these full. That's your floral swirls. This one here is the deco vines. Then you've got lace and scroll, which I think it might be my favourite. That one there in particular is absolutely gorgeous. Then we've also got the classic lace, and you'll receive the opulent botanicals as well. Now you should be looking at almost £90 or $120. Great saving brings that down today to £57 or $76, and then you're going to be able to use your Club Inspired discount on the top of that as well, which gives you that extra saving, which is always handy. Right, we're going to get straight into these with the lovely Debbie. Really fantastic, these, Debbie, aren't they? They're great whether you're using them on their own as sort of your main inspiration, but I imagine lots of our different collections would fit nicely into these.
Oh, absolutely. And also, these dies will fit beautifully into the Tonic memory
of course.
Books that you've got. So you could also die cut them in there as well, which is quite exceptional. Now, the full intention of these were as a gatefolded card. And I think this is why people love them. So having a die that creates that open front to a card that is on one side, like cut into the side of the card, creating such perfection in your card blanks. But if you want to create different effects, you can just use one of them down the side side of your card. You could use them as maybe a little handbag shape, so you can see it cut across the top of the card there. Maybe just using them top and bottom. So the choice is yours, and I love the fact that you can use them in whatever way you want. Now, the reason the design team put two completely different dies in is so you have that versatility of 3 different ways. So if you use this die on this side, you could turn it round and also use it on the opposite side as well.
Perfect.
So you can use it to create both sides of your gatefold. You can use it as this one where you've got one of each, or you can use the opposite one. So I love that, Joe. You've got the versatility of these, using them in different ways, using them different, like one on one side, one on the other. There is so many different things that we can do with them. I love this one. We know how you all love your gilding waxes. Being able to open that up, even having that in the background there looks beautiful, and then creating that beautiful effect. Use that on a sticker sheet and then put your gilding flakes through them. Absolutely gorgeous. And then what about a lovely bit of paper piecing, just acting as something totally different, creating a single gatefold on there, which is amazing. Now, it is Creative Cravings, and although we like to start at the beginning and then sort of get some extra things involved as well, we are going to start with just doing that gatefolded card and exactly how easy it is to put together, which really is super, super easy. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do when you get your pack, excuse me, clear my throat.
You okay? You got a frog in your throat, Debbie?
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely fine.
Brilliant.
On the back of your pack, you will find that there's a little website. So you just type in that website. It will take you to your full instructions. So you've got them online. You're never going to lose them. They're all there ready for you to craft with. And that will show you how to make just your gatefolded card, okay? Then everything else will come after that. Now, the actual card I'm making, we are doing our measurements of 10¼ by 6 inches, okay? That is going to take our dies perfectly, the 6 inches down the side, and then we're going to come in and we're going to score at 3 inches and 7¼ Now what you will notice is when we fold these over, can you see our card overlaps? Now the reason we've done that is because cutting those directly into our side pieces, when they're then folded, our sort of shape will meet in the middle. So we've done that exactly how you need to do it. When you want to then make different effects, you can just then bring in things like this, where you can actually make them, you can see that is your normal card fold, folded in half. So we've popped one on that side, scored it and folded it over, and this one we've just left long on there, which creates a completely different gatefold card. But to do this one, again, just a quick recap, 10¼ by 6, score at 3 inches and 7¼ okay? And then you get these pieces. Now, it's really important, let's bring these in. I'm not going to use my outside edges. What I love about these is if you wanted to, you can die cut these out. That's like a Create a Card die. It doesn't have an outside cutting edge. So you can cut that out, but also what you can do is cut panels out of this one, and you can create your own panels to mat and layer on them as well. So we're just going to use the 2 inside pieces, just like so. Now, when you're constructing your card, you need to make sure when it's folded in, this is where your die is going to be, okay? So what we're going to do to start off with, I'm going to place one of my dies down the side here, so we know it's on there, and I'm going to turn it round. So you're going to turn it round the opposite side, then I know that's going to fold in there beautifully. And I'm just popping that to the crease on my card. So in fact, I'm going to come in slightly, so I do it right down to that piece and just cut it directly into there, okay? Now, I am going to bring this in, because what this will do, as well as cutting your mats and layers, this doesn't have a cutting edge, Joe, on this side. So this is your cutting die around here. Now, there's 2 ways of doing it. You can cut them both together or do them separately. I'm going to just cut them together because I'm quite happy for those to go in there. Because I'm going to tape them down. So make sure you tape them down. That is my biggest tip for you, because you don't really want to create something. Oh, there we go. You don't want to create something and then your dies move in the machine, or they might overlap each other. So get a couple of pieces of low tack tape, and then we're just going to make sure that's straight. I'm going to put a piece on that side and a piece on that side, and then we're going to run that through. There's no need at all to die cut the actual other side. You might as well just do one at a time. Also, if you do only have your Gemini Junior plates, you can do them on your Gemini Junior. So
how would you, if you were doing it on the Junior, Debbie, what would you do with the other bit of the card?
Yep, so let me just grab
if you're doing it through the actual Junior.
So
I see, you do it through the large machine, right?
So, no. So your Junior would go in that way. So what it would mean, can you see it just fits in?
Okay,
so
I didn't realise they went in that way.
Yeah, what you might have to do is put your metal shim in to give it an extra cut, because we're asking that to cut a lot of points away there.
Okay,
yeah, if you're using your Gemini plates, I could cut that through my Gemini like that. But if you're using it in your Junior machine, then yes, take that to through your Junior like that. Right, so pop that into place, and then we're just going to run that through. Now, because I just have that power of the Gemini, as that goes through, all I'm going to do is, as soon as that's, I know that's gone through, I'm just going to pause it, and then I'm just going to reverse it. So just bringing that one out to us. And that will give us all our cutting points there. So you can see, absolutely beautifully cut. So we can take that one away. So take both pieces, and that will just tear away. So if you've got a little bit caught there, all I'm going to do is use my scissors to just snip that off. So that gives us our first piece, so you can see coming along there. And then our next one we're going to do, I'm going to switch that over. So let's bring this one in. Not that it matters because they're the same shape. And then we're going to place this one. So I'm just making sure, so when you fold that over, can you see, you're going to then fold it into this section.
Perfect.
So always do that before you put it on, so you know you've got it the right way. And then we're going to turn that round and do exactly the same, but this time we're going to pop this one in. So we're doing ours where that's two different ones, just because it's well, actually, I was going to say a quicker demonstration. It's not, because if we was doing the same one, we'd just take all the little pieces out of the back of that one, and then we can cut that into there. So let me just grab some low-tack tape.
I mean, good that you can get 3 different looks at the same set of dies. I mean, that's really cool. You're getting them what? Really, you think about it overall, you're going to get 18 different sort of effects that you can create with this one die set.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what we want, isn't it, Joe? We want dies that enable us to do so many different things with them. What I love about die cutting, and it's come a long way in the years. I mean, I remember when die cutting was first out, it was mainly sort of bigger shapes. There was never the intricacy of dies that we asked at this level to cut through. And I just think that's really important in die cutting. But also what it makes us is really professional crafters. These type of dies we would only ever have been able to do if we bought laser cut cards before. We would never have been able to use a die because we wouldn't have had the technology in the machines to do it, and also we wouldn't have had the technology in the actual dies themselves. So I love that. So you can see beautiful effects. Cross that over, and you've got that perfect crisscross across there, which is amazing. Right, I'm going to pop that to the side because we're going to use these pieces here. Now let's take those away. What I love about these is you can then be creative. So if you just grab some card, I've got some nice turquoise card. Use these to die cut in. So just pop in them onto here.
They look like lightning bolts,
They do look like lightning bolts, yeah, absolutely. All you would need to do when you get them out, just trim down each side, because obviously there's no cutting point on this line. Trim them out, and then you will get your 2 sections, because what these will now do, they will fit perfectly underneath your design. So let's just bring that in, and then we will use those underneath. So this is just highlight more than anything else. So we can bring that in. That's going to fit beautifully on the side, and look how much now that pops out. So perfect. Really, really pretty. I've also just got some nice pretty papers from one of our Year of Crafts. I think this one was one. Yes, I'm pretty sure it was. And then I've just got, and also, I didn't even show you these actually, Joe, missing out on these. There's actually a set of nesting dies in with every one of these, which I think is so vital, not only for your mats and layers, but just to be able to put your sentiments on, your embellishments on, being able to be really creative. You can see there's 4 different nesting dies.
Whether you use them with this collection or away from this collection, I guess.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Right, so let's make our card up. So I've got I've used one of the swash dies from Sarah's collection. I've just got a bow, and then I've created this little topper here just by mat and layering all those extra pieces. And then we're going to use our thank you just through the top there, or over the top. So take that off of there and pop that through. I mean, obviously you can use whatever sentiment you've got in your stash. So I'm just going to pop that into place. And then I'm going to be bringing in my dotty tape pen. So let's grab a piece of card just so I can put my dots over the top. I believe we've still got dots in stock, haven't we, Joe?
I don't think we do have the dots, actually. I think they're out of stock. We're just waiting for them to come back in stock. What you can always do, of course, is make sure you take the lid off. What you can always do is pop your email address in underneath where something's sold out, and then we'll let you know as soon as it comes back in. I think I'm pretty sure these were coming back in stock any day now, but don't hold me to it if they don't.
Yeah, I've been saying it for a couple of weeks now,
Have
Joe.
you? Yeah.
We keep saying they're coming back.
I have a feeling they were meant to come in and they were delayed.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. But it does go to show when we tell you grab them while you can, we really do mean that.
Oh, do you remember the great tape pen shortage of 2020, Debbie?
Oh, wasn't it funny? I mean, it was funny but frustrating. Joe, considering you weren't a crafter, you was the one that was hiding them.
I had a box of them stashed in my office drawer in the office.
Stash. Yeah. No, just
stashed.
keeping them for putting his notes together. That's what it
Yeah,
was,
I
Jamie.
mean, imagine if I hadn't been able to stick my notes together. There's no way this show would have happened. The channel would have, not even just the channel, the whole company would have come to its knees, Debbie.
I know. I remember coming in and Joe was like, well, if you don't tell anyone, you can I'll let you borrow one of mine. I was like, borrow one of yours? How have you got a tape pen?
I had a 12 pack. I had a 12,
yeah,
a box of 12 in the bottom of my drawer.
You were very naughty. It was great though. It was. Yeah, I don't think it's ever got that bad since then. But saying that, we haven't had them in. So
Alicia wants to know if you could do a shaker fold with these, a shaker gatefold.
a shaker gatefold. I like that idea. Yes, absolutely. All you need is your acetate, so that's what's going to stop it. What I would say about that is use the one that's, because these are quite intricate designs, so you wouldn't see a lot of it behind, but actually it would still look really pretty. You could, what I would say is, because I'm trying to think,
Debbie, correct me if I'm wrong, could you snip away some of that detail if you wanted to? You know, like, of the detail in the top there, could you snip that out? So, you know, like where... Oh, I'm going to have to point it out, aren't I?
Yeah, come and point it out, Joe.
Might be a terrible idea, they usually are. Like, could you cut these bits away if you wanted to? Could you like snip that bit out and just have the flowers and snip that bit out and take a bit out over there?
Oh, I see.
You know,
And
take
have
bits and bobs
that
out.
as a
Not necessarily
shaker
for a shaker. I'm just thinking, you know, just to give it a different look.
Some extra detail. Yeah, I'm absolutely sure that you could do that. Yeah, definitely. I quite like that idea, Joe. I'm just going to move this slightly over just to make sure that we've got that a little bit more central. And that's only where my machine has sort of stretched the fibres in my card. So there we go. That's better. And then all we're going to do is pop this in. So going back to the shaker card element, what would make it a little bit difficult, because it's Creative Cravings, I'm using my wrong tape pen, because it's Creative Cravings, I don't want to make anything difficult.
I don't know why it makes me laugh when you forget to take the top off. It really tickles me. Sorry.
Am I the only one that does that, Joe?
It really makes me laugh.
Yes, so just because I don't want to make it difficult because it's Creative Cravings, but you wouldn't be able to put any foam, Joe, down the bottom here. You would actually see your foam. So what I'm thinking is when you cut them, you cut a longer piece of card but have it hanging out of your Gemini, so the die only cuts into that top part. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because it will leave a bit of card in, but you're not using this. So I'm going to show you.
Oh, because it's not thick enough to put the foam on.
Yes. So what would be the best thing is to have a piece of card. Let me grab a different piece of card. So let's just fold this one in half. So going a bit off piece, but hopefully everyone realises this is what we do at Crafters TV. We can show you exactly what we mean rather than just leave you guessing. So if we pop this on the end here, what you could then do, because that will cut that line, but what you could do is when you pop that onto your card, so you could cut it, let's pop it, say that's how much you'd need for your foam at the end, okay? And then do the same on this side. But when you put it through the Gemini, no, we couldn't do it, could we? Because it would cut both sides. So what you could do, because this bit stays in, this bit is still going to be attached. So what I would do is actually have that, you could tape it back down to it. Does that make sense? And that way it'd leave you a little room to be able to put your shaker element, your foam around the edges. Yeah, there's ways around it, I think, but we'd have to have a play. But they would be very pretty to be able to make them into a shaker card. Now, all I'm going to do now is I've got my thank you for the inside. Let's just get some foam tabs. Pop them on, hoping I can find some bigger ones. We seem to just have little ones over here now. That will do, we'll have that one.
Do you remember the great toilet paper shortage of 2020? Really funny looking back now on these things. Remember there was no toilet roll anywhere, was there?
Yeah, I don't think our grandchildren will believe us in years to come,
people
will they?
hoarding toilet paper, like buying 40 rolls of it. Just, you think...
It was crazy, wasn't it?
It was mad. Leonie says, move over the great toilet paper shortage. Crafters all over the world were brought to their knees by the great CC tape pen shortage of 2020. It's accurate, Leonie, it's accurate.
Absolutely. And the weird thing about that, I mean, at least when you get a shortage with tape pens, we've got to wait for them to be shipped over.
Well, at least you could use glue instead, couldn't you, if you really needed to?
Yeah, but the thing is with loo rolls, they were manufactured in this country. We didn't have a shortage of them. They just couldn't get them out quick enough because people were buying so many. Yeah. So I think that's what the funniest story is about the loo rolls. Yeah, we manufacture them in the UK. Look at that, Joe. How pretty is that? So our first card, really nice and simple. But creating that beautiful gatefold. What I also love about these dies is you can use whatever colours you've got in your stash, whatever papers you've got, use your embellishments that you've got, whatever sentiment you've got, and you've got a really beautiful make straight away.
Absolutely gorgeous. £57 or $76 gets you all of these with a great saving of £33 or just over $43. Let me take you through the designs that you're getting then, because you get a different gatefold. And then you also get the intricate detailing. I didn't ask Debbie, but I presume we're allowed, like the craft police is going to come and get us. If not, we're able to use just the outer gatefold element without the decorative panel, can we?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so you just wanted to create a regular style gatefold, but with that fancy edge, you could do that. I love that, the idea of not being allowed to do it. Like the craft police will turn up and arrest you if you don't do it in the way you're meant to.
They will create a stick up.
They will. Sounds painful. Floral Meadow is that one just there. You've also got the floral swirls. This one here is your deco vines. You'll also get the lace and scroll. That's your classic lace that. And you've also got the opulent botanicals in that you just saw Debbie creating with as well. It's a miracle, Debbie. These boards look this good, isn't it? They've lasted the test of time.
I know what you mean, yes.
Because the first time Debbie ever tried to take these out of the wallet, she broke 2 of them.
Oh, no.
Do you remember?
I can't remember.
You remember at the house, you tried to get them out, you kept breaking them all.
Now I understand where you're coming from. That's very true.
We must have
trying to put them back in the bag and they wouldn't go, and then Joe's like, I think you're going to break that.
No,
and then I was like, I'm bending all that one over.
I think you've broken it, Debbie.
Yeah, they were fine. I didn't break it.
Yeah, they were all right. We had to throw those boards away, but let me move on and share this next one with you. So we launched, just to give you a bit of a context here, we launched a Box Sarah Signature collection on Monday. Monday, it was Monday. Just double check in, just keeping you on your toes. And what happened was 20 minutes into the launch day show, it completely sold out. There's an amazing response to it. We couldn't get any more. We didn't have as many as we would like. And what happened is, because it sold out so quickly, we've actually stolen these, and we've stolen them from trade. So these should have been going out to some of our retail partners, but we have diverted them here to Crafters TV. So what you're going to get, there are 3 separate individual collections. You will get a duplicate on the embossing folder, is what I will let you know. So each one of these packs contains an embossing folder, stencils, stamps and dies in each and every one. So this one here is your Wicked Witchcraft kit. You've got the Haunted House there with Dracula, we're calling him, the mouse that is also Dracula. And then you've got the pumpkin one in there too. So you'll get all 3 of those. Now those 3 can be bought separately or individually over on the website. When you get them all together though, you get this included as well. Now this can't be bought separately. You can only get this in the collection. And it's your Happy Halloween 32-page 6x6 paper pad. There were 8x8 papers in the box. Now these are the same papers in a 6x6 size. So what I would say is, if you missed out on the box, so many people did and were so upset, you've got pretty much most of the hardware in here. The only thing you don't have is like card blanks, envelopes, gems, ribbons, and one of the templates. But apart from that, when it comes to sort of stamps, dies and stencils and papers, everything is in here for you. It is a smaller bundle, that's reflected in the price, $34.96 or $45.80 if you want to get your hands on that one. Now we're going to move on to the light stamp and dies that we've got for you. Now these are scenes of light is what we're looking at here. So let me take you through what you've got. So these are designed, I'll let Debbie take us through exactly what they're, how you're going to use them. But these are designed to make a sort of a clear concept, but they are something that you'll find you can use in lots of other ways. There's definitely a sort of way they've been designed, but they are a very versatile set of dies. So you've got Fairies of Light, which is this one here. You do get your stamp sentiments in there as well. Those who don't believe in magic will never find it. Amen to that. This one here is your Village of Light, and that one says, a house is made of bricks and beams, a home is made of hopes and dreams. Then you've got your Rooftops of Light there as well, which is your festive themed one, and it says, may you never be too grown up to search the skies this Christmas Eve. This one here is your Wise Men of Light. That's exclusive to us here at Crafters Companion. You won't be able to find that anywhere else. And this one says, wishing you peace, love and joy. And then you finally have this one as well, which is your Nativity of Light, which says Silent Night, Holy Night, all is calm, all is bright. And again, you can see that there. These are brilliant for using in lots of different ways. You've got 60% off of these ones as well. So a really great deal for you, saving you almost £52 or $60. Your today price there, £33 or $39. Eleanor Schwing Jones says there are pretty, that's how it's spelled, S-C-H-W-I-N-G, Schwing Jones. Swing. There are pretty Gatefold dies. I had gotten some of the Gatefold dies they had on HSN yesterday. Can't wait to see how they look. Unknown Angel. I know, it's their username. Says, loving this show. She's really loving it though, because it's all in capitals. And Mary Rhino says, beautiful card. I love the colours, Debbie. Eleanor Schwing Jones also says, hi Debbie and Joe and everyone at CCTV. Hope all is well with you all. Just wanted to say hi to you all the way from Scranton, Pennsylvania. Well, hello to you too in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Scranton, Pennsylvania is not, that's where the office is set, I'm being told by Jamie, my producer. That's not where Groundhog Day is, it? Where's Groundhog Day set? Scranton, Pennsylvania, where is that? I'm not sure. I'm sure Eleanor Schwing Jones will know where that is set. Have you seen groundhogs, Debbie? They look like they could do you some damage. Have you seen them?
They were just look mischievous to me.
They're like massive chipmunks. It's those big teeth. They look like... They look like they could do you some damage.
Well, they probably could. I think they remind me of they're a bit like a beaver, aren't they? They've got that sort of like rodent face. Rodent face, yeah, sort of a beaver come chipmunk almost. Yeah, sort of that kind of thing. They do. Where was it filmed, Jamie? But I mean, where was it set?
I feel like we need to. I feel like in the film they were quite specific about where it was. I'm sure we'll find out. I'm sure Eleanor Schwing Jones will let us know. Not only was it film, you know, it was actually a musical not so many years ago, Debbie. In recent years, Groundhog. I found it a bit samey.
You might love it. It's just Joe's opinion.
No, I thought it was a bit. I didn't think it was very good, to be honest. Because by its very definition, it's quite repetitive, isn't it? The story of Groundhog Day. You know, the same thing happens over and over again, which was
a bit repetitive. That's well funny.
Yes, we.
That's a bit like my kids going to Legoland and said, "Oh, it's just Lego here."
It's just Lego. But there's lots of good fun stuff to do, like. There's rides and stuff, isn't there?
Well, we went many years ago.
Legoland was a lot better than Groundhog Day the musical. I've been to both, and I can assure you, I would definitely say Legoland wins.
Yeah, a lot more fun.
Yeah. Legoland is like really for kids, though, isn't it? From memory.
Yes.
For like fairly young kids.
For young ones.
Did you get a driver's license?
Yeah, they did. But I've got honestly, if I look back on the pictures somewhere, they're looking very miserable as they're riding round. Just on this. They were very bored.
Oh dear. Gilman says, "Oh gosh, Joe, I should send you a picture of the groundhog sitting next to my 10-year-old daughter last summer." Well, I thought they were quite friendly, and I saw a TikTok the other day of some poor man getting savaged by a groundhog on TikTok. When I say savaged, I mean he was being chased for his croissant, but. It was
very brutal.
But they're quite big. Mariposas has agreed they are huge. They really are. Anyway, enough about groundhogs. Let's get back to Debbie. I know she's got loads that she wants to share with us.
Yeah, absolutely. I do want to show you some of the samples before we get going, because being able to know what you can make with something is the first step, as taking that plunge and seeing if that's what you want to do. What I love about these is you can do them in so many different ways. This die on the front is one of the dies in the pack, but then if we look in, we've got this beautiful pop out. So creating that 3D effect, I mean, that is absolutely stunning. There's just so much you can do with them, whether you use them to create your Christmas cards. That one is stunning. We're going to be using this, but in a totally different way as well. Let's see, I'm trying to find one. I want to find one that's not just a pop out, but actually most of them are just pop outs, which is nothing wrong with that. It sounds like I'm saying just pop outs, because
what have you got against pop outs, Debbie?
Sorry?
What have you got against pop outs? Give
Oh
pop
no,
outs
I've
a
got
chance.
nothing. It's showing that versatility, Joe. And actually, every one here is a pop out, which there is nothing wrong with it, but I'm going to show you how we can do them a little bit differently as well. And please go on our website and Pinterest. You will find lots of different ways that you can use them. I'm going to be using the rooftops of lights. Now, the reason we called them everything's of light is because when you build up your makes like these, you're able to put fairy lights inside and they can light up the actual card, which is a really fun thing to do. Now, what you can see straight away when you unpack it is that you're getting full picture and written instructions in there, which for me I think is invaluable when you're doing a project. We've started now putting them on a website, a link that you can get them, which is even better because it means these don't get damaged. You've always got it there. You can print them off, download them and have them forever, or just leave them there and that link will always be there. Right, so we're going to be using this one. Now what you can see here is lots of different dies. So you can create your aperture with this one, or you can create your own aperture like I'm going to do. All these different pieces don't have a cutting edge along the bottom, which means you can line them up on everything. So for example, I'm going to bring in this blue piece of card. We're going to use this long one here. So this is like our sort of block of flats really. Where would you say that could be? It could be in London, it could be in New York,
Bishop
wherever
Auckland.
you want it to be. Bishop Auckland, do they have flats like this, Joe?
Oh, you should see the cityscape in Bishop Auckland. Takes your breath away, especially from the view from the Tesco car park. Honestly, it's amazing.
Right, so we're just going to stick this one down and run that through. So popping it on just like so. So what I'm doing is making sure my little notches at the bottom here, they're quite evenly to the side, and then that's going to cut out beautifully. So just making sure that that's flush with my card and pop that on there. I've then got just some matte mirror card in silver, and we're going to use that to cut out our reindeers and our sleigh.
I knew Eleanor would know. It's in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. That's where it's set.
What's that?
Groundhog Day is set in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
Punxsutawney, there you go.
It's years since I've watched the film, so I can barely remember it if I'm honest. keep trying to think. Yeah, it's Bill Murray. Yes. So
you know the concept though. What happens?
Yes, yeah. So it's just a repeat, isn't it? You think you've been in that same place, same time, same thing. Yeah, absolutely. So that's a good question. So Jamie's wondering about the Groundhog Day.
Should we have some Groundhog facts? I think I can feel them coming on, Debbie, can't you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, where does Groundhog Day come from? That would be a good start. And yeah, do groundhogs just repeat themselves all day long? It's a bit of a strange saying, so it would be very interesting to find out where they come from.
So I can tell you that they're related to squirrels.
Oh.
Can tell you that much.
Well, yeah, I suppose still a rodent.
They are filling in for hedgehogs. What's this about? While reported origins of groundhogs are many, concept is thought that to be linked to the Germanic tradition of Candlemas Day. Hang on, sorry. I'm not sure what that means, sorry. People want to replace them with robots. These facts are terrible, Debbie. I'll have to come back to you.
Can you get your facts straight, please, Joe?
I know.
Right, let's bring all those bits out while Joe's still looking. So, you can see, taking our pieces out here. Let's just give that a little trim at the side. And then you've got those beautiful blocks. Now, the other thing I've done, if you take this die, let's cut them out. So, let me just get all those little pieces out. Just so we've got our dies clear. If you take that and just, what I'm going to do is draw around. So just draw with a pen, I've got a pen here, just draw around all those pieces. You don't have to worry about those little notches, just draw around so you get sort of that image all the way round. And then what you're going to do, you can just do that one as a sort of square. So where I know that's going to go, I can just use my scissors and cut across there. I can just cut straight across there. So once you've cut that out, what you've then got is your piece that will go underneath your die. So when you bring this one in, we can pop that behind and look, it looks like it's all lit up.
Oh, that looks awesome.
So, yeah, it looks amazing, doesn't it? So really nice and easy way to be able to do that. So that's our first piece done. Then we've got our die here. So again, now this one won't cut out the bottom, but I just want it as a freestanding house. So what I've done, can you see it's got that part there, which we're just going to trim to. And we can also trim up, so just up to the top there.
Shireen wants to know if you can get these individually. You can get them individually, yes, they're available. I'm not sure if they're in the show or on the website. I'll ask Jamie to check if they are in the shop, but I'm pretty sure you can get them individually in this show, so I'll find out for you.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's nice if you can cherry pick. So let's take that piece of tape away, and then we've got our beautiful die cut. It's all, there we go, popping that there. And then just take that one out. So we've got all our pieces cut. Let me just put them to the side. And then we've also got a stamp set in here, which is a really nice one as well. So you've got your, may you never be too grown up to search the skies this Christmas Eve. Isn't that really lovely?
I bet it's lovely for you. I bet you get to have it all again now that you've got little ones.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Absolutely. I'm so looking forward to this Christmas. In fact, I'm going to be ecstatic around Christmas time because my son and my grandson's coming home for Christmas from Mexico. Oh, I am so excited. I can't even tell you. We've actually hired a house on the Norfolk coast.
Oh, look at you.
So
lovely.
all of us, on my daughter, both my daughters.
Do you know whereabouts it is on the
families.
Norfolk coast?
It's in Nacton.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you make that up?
You know what I'm like with names. Is it Bacton?
Buckton.
Bacton.
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 No, I don't know what it is. I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, I didn't make that up. There is a place Bacton on the Norfolk coast.
It's lovely in that part of the world there, Debbie, and it's a beautiful...
Yeah, so nice. We're right on the beach. And the house has, there's like 4 houses, they're like holiday homes, and there's a indoor swimming pool and a games room. And
Right.
You can hire them out. You don't hire them out, but you schedule them. You can schedule time slots in for them for all 4 houses to use them. So yeah,
Nice.
So very nice. I'm literally just so excited. It's going to be amazing. Right, now what I have done, I didn't have a card to make for this one, and I wanted to create this a 7 by 7 inch card. So what I've done is I've trimmed up my all-purpose cardstock, made another one, but I did this by 7.5 by 7, just to give me that little tab that will go over the top to create my card blank, and also that just adds a little bit more rigidity to that spine. So all I'm going to do is bring in my tape pen again. So we're going to make our card up before we pop all our pieces together. So pop that down. We're just going to hold that on and then fasten that too.
These individuals are the scenes you like. You will better find them, but they're not in this show. They're on the website, so you'll have to search for them individually over on the website. So I hope that helps. Alicia says, hi Joe, according to Google, groundhog has its roots in the ancient Christian tradition of Candlemas, where clergy would bless and distribute candles needed for winter. Yeah, it's an so Groundhog Day is an adoption of a European custom, apparently, is what we found out. But I wanted facts about actual groundhogs, Debbie, not the Groundhog Day, but we haven't managed to find anything out. I saw something online that says they like to sleep a lot, and they're quite romantic. It could be me. I could be a groundhog.
You could definitely be a groundhog, Joe.
And they whistle, apparently. Yeah, that's all I found out.
That's very funny. Right, so we're just going to put a little bit of tape onto here. So what I want to do is I want to create a little border around my card. So I'm going to just lay my 2 pieces down like so. And then we're going to use that at the bottom of our card. So I just want it across the bottom. So I'm just going to pop that down onto there like so. And then we would just add some glue and bring that round. So it doesn't matter if it's not completely straight, because you can straighten that to on the other side. And again, just add in that little bit of tape, bringing those all over. And I'm keeping that in line with my line on the opposite side, and the same on this one as well. Oh, remove that one. There we go, just like so. So then when we bring that one back round, we've got our lines on there just to add a little bit different. And then we're going to stick those ones down. And then, Joe, we're going to make one of your favourite cards.
My favourite cards?
We're going to make a shaker card.
Oh, lovely. I love a shaker card.
Let's pop that.
So is it just your family, or is it both? Is it like extended family?
Yes,
Will Dad
our
be going?
blended family. So Al's girls will join us on Boxing Day.
Nice.
And yeah, it'd just be lovely. And we've also got my son-in-law, his brother and his girls are coming as well.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just going to be amazing.
Oh, it's going to be glorious, Debbie.
Yes, and then my dad and my brother and his family are then coming over, because we're there all week. So they're going to come over, I think, possibly Boxing Day as well.
Nice.
So, yeah,
oh, it's going to be
very
busy,
nice.
Debbie. You're going to need a lot of food.
Yes, we are going to eat a lot of food, yeah. And I've just let Al do all the cooking.
You do all the cooking?
I'm going to let Al do all the cooking.
Oh, sorry. I didn't have you down as a cook for some reason, Debbie, you know?
No, I don't do any cooking.
No.
Microwave meals. Al looks after me, does all the cooking.
Yeah.
When he was ill the other week, I did do the cooking.
Did you? What did you cook?
Yeah.
What's your signature
I
dish?
actually cooked fajitas.
Right,
Yeah,
nice.
So nothing too fancy, and it was.
You
know,
cooked me fajitas once, didn't you?
I did cook you fajitas.
Yeah, I thought
once
so.
before, yeah.
And I didn't die, I'm here to
Didn't
tell-
I cooked enchiladas.
Enchiladas, that was it,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
Like a fajita you popped in the oven. Delicious, I live to tell the tale.
Right, you did, Joe. They were very tasty.
It was delicious,
so,
they were.
yeah.
They were delicious. I finally found out what was smelly in the fridge as well, Debbie.
Oh, I'm glad you did, because I haven't put anything in the fridge. And then last night, I went to get some tomato sauce out. And I
Yeah.
thought,
Oh, there was
smelling
something
the
was
fridge.
chucking up in there, and I couldn't work out what it was. Oh, it was kicking up a bright stink. And I looked in there the day I arrived, and I looked at everything, and you know, you look again and you look again. And I was like, is it that salad cream? Is that what it could be? Could it be that? No, it was a full open double cream that went off on the 1st of August.
Oh no! You know that's yours,
it was mine,
you?
yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, Joe's the only one that would cook with double cream.
Yeah. Are you fat shaming
Right.
me?
What we've done here, Joe. I've just, well, no one else is that flamboyant.
No, it was
with
when
their
I was on.
cooking. I meant because you do.
It was from when I was on
cooking from
keto.
scratch.
That's why, and it obviously had sat in there since.
Ah, so
there
it's
you go. Anyway,
quite
enough
dear.
about us. Back to you.
Yes, absolutely. So, right, you know what I've got to bring in now, don't you, Joe? We've got to bring in foam on a roll.
Take a mic out. Just take a
Foam
mic
on
out.
roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll. Hey! Woo! You enjoyed that, I can tell, Joe. Can't you tell? Can't you tell that Joe really enjoyed that? He just looked super happy, amazing. In fact, I think he was so I could tell, Joe. I think you were just so amazed with my singing.
I was blown away.
You were, yeah, you just didn't know what to
absolutely
do
blown
with
away.
yourself. Do you know what we were singing last week? Zips on a roll. Sorry, Joe.
Just had a come swinging my teeth.
We were encouraged. It was everyone out there. They were saying, you've got to do zips on a roll.
Zips on a roll. I did tune in. I saw a little bit of that show, but I didn't manage to catch Zips on a roll, unfortunately.
Oh, what a shame. You would have loved that, wouldn't you?
Oh, I mean, it would have made my
I mean, I think you would
week.
have been singing along at home and you
Absolutely.
know, thinking, I'm so pleased they've done that when I'm not there.
Oh dear.
Right, so we're getting all our bits together. I've put our foam around there. I've just cut that aperture out. Now we want to do, so I'm creating this just as a lovely Christmas card. We've got our beautiful papers behind. Now with this one, let's layer this on. So we're going to bring that in, pop that behind, so that really highlights those beautiful windows from our flats. So we're going to pop that on.
Flats, Debbie. I think they are, you know, bijou, high-rise, city centre, penthouse apartments, not flats. And a right nightmare.
Oh, wrong tape. You nearly made me use my wrong tape pen, Joe. So if you're new to us, please let us know, because it'd be really nice to know if we've got any beginner crafters
wouldn't
in,
it?
any newbies in, anything you want to ask. Don't be shy, because we're happy to answer anything.
And this
you
is
want.
definitely the show for that as well, isn't it?
Yep,
Creative Cravings,
absolutely.
where if there's any question, no such thing as a silly question here at Craft TV. Renee says Ben has created a monster with foam on a ... Absolutely. He's got a new one though, apparently.
I just can't remember it. George can. George will sing it. That's it. Foam on a roll. Do, 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 do. Foam on a roll. Do,
I think it's
better. Foam on a roll. I can't get it. I can't do that. I just can't do it.
I was in a bar earlier in the...
Did someone start singing it?
No, and that song, that actual song came on, and I, in my head, was singing Foam on a Roll to it, and I was so annoyed with myself.
That's so funny. That's very
so
funny.
Annoyed.
I'm just trying to think where I want to put this. So I'm going to bring that in. I want that to be in the background there. Just let's pop that a little bit higher, just on there, like so. I mean, that looks lovely. I know we've done that on dark card, but I just love the look of that and how it makes it look. It's beautiful. Then what we're going to do, that we're going to attach this to the front of our card. So let's pop that on the front. So all of this is so we can do this beautiful shaker card.
Christine Coppenrath says when you're on, Debbie, and she sees the foam on a roll come out, she turns the sound off. She knows. She knows. I turned down the sound, says Christine.
She would have done it the other night because we did it 3 times last week.
What a
We're a bit
joy.
naughty, but I just can't help it. I love it.
Do you?
I love it. I don't think it's ever going to have its day.
Foam on a... No.
Right, now let me grab some scissors because I've got lots of little sequins in here and little bits and bobs and some fake snow. So we're going to pop this all into our middle section. So let's pop that into here. Just making sure we get all our bits in. There we go. Now, if you did want to higher this up, all you would do is go round and put another lot of your foam around the edges. And then when you go on, that will give you a lot more instead of there. But actually, quite happy to just flatten these down. So I'm going to pop these. I just want them to go onto here. Just making sure that we're creating that space, but flattening them down at the same time. Okay, so we're going to pop this over. So take off your backing of your foam. If you haven't, I mean, joking aside, if you haven't got any of this foam, please get some.
Foam on a what?
It's the best. If I knew you would sing, Joe, I would do it, but you will not sing.
I think I did for a little while.
Yeah. Not.
I find it more fun being grumpy about the song. I get more of a kick out of being grumpy than I do out of singing the song. And yeah, I feel like now I've set a standard for myself where I have to, I don't like it.
Yeah, Craig's exactly the same, absolutely. Right, so that's given us our shaker element. So this piece here, we're just going to do a little bit of colouring as well, Joe. Really easy to do. So I'm just going to use sort of 2 colours. We're going to bring the green in. So we're going to do the Christmas tree. So nice and easy. If you see earlier, you would have seen we were using some of our tri-blend pens. So if you've got some, this is nice and easy to just pop these in. Just creating a little bit of greenery around our tree, and then just blend that in together. And then all we're going to do is grab this one, which is our grey, create this piece across the rooftop. So again, nice and easy. I'm not making any hard colouring for myself. Obviously, if you want to, you can go in and do as much or as little as you want. So we're just going to pop this into place, create that darkness with our medium colour, come up a little bit there, and then again blend that one in. There we go.
If you want some colouring bargains, make sure you go back and watch mine and Debbie's earlier Craft Vault show from this afternoon, because we had some amazing half-price Spectrum Noir deals in that show, so do pop back there. Victoria says, hello crafty peeps, Debbie and Joe, I'm currently on the train from Paris to Germany.
Oh.
I wonder if she's on the way to Berlin in Germany, because then she'd be going from Paris to Berlin. Get it? You know the song, Debbie?
I know the song.
Oh gosh, you could have been a bit more excited for me. She says, I'm on the train from Paris to Berlin, and I'm sad that I missed my 2 favourite CCTV members. Don't be sad, you've still got 2 more hours to come. Me and Debbie will be back for another hour in just over an hour's time. Victoria, you're going to have to tell us where you're off to though, in Germany, because imagine if you are going from Paris to Berlin, that would be hilarious. Yeah.
That would be funny.
Have you been to Berlin, Debbie?
I haven't been to Berlin.
Oh,
no.
you'd love it.
Yeah, I would love to go to Berlin. No, I haven't been there. I've been to Frankfurt and I've been to Dusseldorf.
To where? Dusseldorf? Oh, I've been to Dusseldorf.
Yes, no Berlin. Right, all we're going to do now, Joe, I've got that sentiment, so we've stamped that out, so we've got our sentiment, we've got our shaker card element, which is beautiful, and then we've got our house, which we're going to just pop on the front here. So you can see we're using all of these in totally different ways. So all I'm going to do is grab my tape pen, pop that across the bottom, and let's stick that there. In fact, we'll pop that so it's on the front. And then this one we're just going to stick across. So again, let's use our dotty tape pen. Pop them onto our reindeers. I think this is a really usable little die, this one. I think you'd use this on lots of embellishments for your cards. We're going to pop that going across those rooftops. And then just add our sentiment on. So let's pop that one into place. We're going to have that just on the top there, or on the side, should I say. And then just to finish off, that tiny little bow, pop that across there. And there we go. So a really different design just by creating that aperture and then creating our beautiful cards. So they don't all have to be pop-out cards. You can create them however you want them.
Absolutely glorious. They are really, really lovely. Lots of you chatting about this. Jane says, before you put the acetate down and put your shaker ready, if you want a little dust pillow on the acetate, it will help you move your sparklies here. I didn't know that, like an anti-static bag then almost.
Anti-static, yes, yeah, anti-static. The other way to do it is to add the anti-static bag into all your little sprinkles.
Right.
And then that will take all the static out of them and you won't get so much powder on your acetate as well.
There is a top tip from our Debbie, if ever I heard one. Dieta says, I'm working on a Halloween card and listening, checking that too, multitasking. Jean loves your card. Let me remind you what's in this particular collection. Then you've got the Fairies of Light in here, which is that one just there, with, you guessed it, the fairies. You'll also get the Village of Lights. You've got the Rooftops of Light. This one is your Wise Men of Light. And you'll also have as well this one, which is your Nativity of Light. All of those coming included for you. I want to remind you about yesterday's launch as well whilst we're here, which is this, to celebrate the season. Just wanted to show you the sort of thing that these make up. So it's this style topper that you're actually able to create with this, which gives you a better idea of precisely how you'd use it. So you can see you've got all the ink in, the silhouette stamping, you've got lots of different options when it comes to putting them together. That one, there's a snow globe, so you get the bauble included, which is that one, and then the stencils to allow you to customise that. And then you get the snow globe as well here, and the stencils to allow you to customise that. And then what you have are all of the different stamps which you can then pop inside your snow globe or your bauble. This is your Home for the Holidays. You've got Arctic Delights, Holy Night, Woodland Winter, Festive Birds and the Alpine Village as well. All of those coming your way. £60.70 or £77.95 is your price on those. We're going to have a really quick break and we'll be back with all things Tonic in just a moment or two.
If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get social with us. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, on your TV or tablet, you can get so close to the action, it's like you're in the studio with us. You can ask questions about products or crafty techniques. Get hints and tips from our expert demonstrators. Plus, share pictures of your crafty makes with our amazing community. Crafters TV, getting you closer to the crafty action.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
The one that was really funny, Ben, you didn't.
It was better than your I'm a gnome and I live in a caravan.
I am a gnome and I live in a caravan.
Can we clip that?
Everybody's gone surfing, surfing USA.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
We do create every day. Pandemonium, mayhem, laughter. Sometimes we even make cards. It's a fabulous place to be. It really is. I am back. I am a bit discombobulated. I won't lie to you. I don't really know what's going on. I've got a cup of tea. I might have just nipped to the loo between shows. Anyway, Jodie's back with me in the building for the last hour. Hi, Jodie.
I'm fine, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm really good, thank you.
It's, we just had coffee delivered.
I know, it's fabulous, isn't it?
I'm loving life here.
Yeah, Tracy, you may have seen Tracy.
Yeah.
Have you seen the
Cheers,
video?
sweetie.
Have you seen the video of Tracy that we play out? It looks like she's been filmed against her will. You'll see it a little later. We'll play it out in this show for you. I will get her in to watch it. She loves it. She's really, really pleased about it. She is, honestly. We've had a really busy day so far with Tonic. Lots still available. All things memory books for this show,
Absolutely.
Jodie. What an amazing way they are of sort of documenting a moment in time, aren't they?
They are. So, I used to make memory books from scratch, and it's really the annoying part of making a book. Yeah, I love the decorating part, but the actual making the book really used to infuriate me. So I was making a book for my daughter, and that night I went to bed stressed to the hilt because I'd tried to do it 3 or 4 times and done it wrong. I lay in bed, fast asleep, and I was crafting in my dream.
Oh.
And I was actually making a memory book using the concept that you're going to see now. So the next morning, on the phone, Mark, I need this die set, I need it. And that's when the memory book range was developed.
Amazing. They're so much fun. Do you know what also as well? And I think there's a lot of dies out there that, are concept dies that create something for you. But when you think about value for money and the amount of different styles and designs and themes and genres of these you can create, and you look at what you're paying for them, value for money wise, they've got to be up there, haven't they? Some of the best.
It is, absolutely. So in this first bundle that we're going to look at, you're going to get not only your dies that make the actual book, so it's going to make 5 different sizes of books, it's also going to give you all your matte and layers as well. You're getting that lovely matte and layer design in there, and all your book sizes, yeah? Mm-hmm. So straight away, you can make your base core books, and then it's over to you how you decorate. But as I say, you are getting those huge nesting dies in there as well. So when you take into consideration a set of nesting dies you can do so much with, you can start to make your cards with them as well. So if I just bring these in, you can see that we've made a shape of card with that one there, with all those matte and layers. Looks nothing like a memory book, but you've used the memory book dies. We've made a little envelope, just opening it up. We've got little seed packets inside that one there. Now, who remembers the Book of Tricks by the good old Glitter Girls all those years ago?
Oh, I remember the Glitter Girls.
Absolutely. Yeah. So then you can make your individual pages just by scoring down the spine there. So you can then place that onto a little easel, so it can be like a little presentation card. So there's so many different ways of using these dies that is not a memory book. It's a fun set of dies to have.
It is. So if you want to go for that first set there, $29.99 or $43.49, great saving for you on that. We looked at and focused on this next item in the last show, and this one here, this is your Bookmaker base and spine collection that you've got in here. I thought I had it upside down for a second then, I don't. And in here what you're going to get is your base creator die set and your simple spine die set as well. Seems like a really nice, easy, straightforward one to do, this one.
Absolutely. So inside there you've got your 5 different sizes in your actual dies themselves, but you've also got the spine as well. The spine will work with all the memory books that we've done. I think we're on 19, 20, I've lost count, yeah? But this will work with all your memory books, and what that does, it gives you that professional spine, how you adhere them onto the side there. So this one is one of the larger books, yeah? So this one has actually been done with an old diary. So if I just take my clasps off the top, I bought the inserts that went into, can you remember the old Filofax?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can still buy the inserts to go inside
perfect.
the old Filofax. I just bought one of those refill packs. I think it was about £4 or £5 off that next day delivery site.
Yeah.
Broke it down so that I've then got my pages
That's
to
really
go
clever.
inside my book. So it then becomes more of a journal, something that you can write in throughout, and just little clips to keep it all together then, of course.
And if you were into stop playing with your pom-pom. If you were into like bullet journaling, all that sort of stuff,
Yeah.
maybe it's going to be an art journal. Would be another great thing that you can work in
that
there.
one that you've got there with the holiday. The holiday one.
Oh, this is fabulous.
So this one has been done with all the things from, like, you know, your travel.
It's really clever.
You go to the the word was on the tip of my tongue then. Not travel agents. Where you go to book a trip and they've got all the leaflets.
Travel agents.
No.
Tourist information.
Tourist information.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the one. Yeah. Get yourself to the tourist information. Pick all their different leaflets up. Chop them in. You know, chop the maps out of them.
Yeah.
All the different maps.
I've got to show you this picture here as well. There's a man riding an ostrich there. They said it couldn't be done when I said I'd ridden an ostrich on holiday, but no, turns out it was completely true. No, that's great. I'm into the habit, Jodie, of picking up stuff. But I've got a memory bag at home, and it is just a massive bag now, and it is full of stuff, and everything from airline tickets to, like you said, little folders, little flyers. There's a Chopper Chup lollipop in there. Don't know where that came from, but all sort of stuff that's sort of sentimental and I've hung on to. Finally do something with these.
I have a granny box.
Sorry?
I have a granny box.
A gran box?
A granny box.
A granny box,
So
right.
in my granny box, there's like the first outfit that the babies came home from hospital in, first lock of hair, belly button scab, you know what I'm talking about. All those different things are all in my granny box when I get older. So I can pull it out and went, oh, this is your old belly button.
That's kind of disgusting, but slightly adorable at the same time. Right, if you want to go for the spines, then 24.79 or 35.79 gets you those. Let's move on. Let's have a little look at this one, which I think is what we're going to concentrate a little more on for this show. It's Life's Journey. So you've got the base creator die there, and then what you've also got is the Flora Memoria layering die.
They are all your nesting dies that are going to go into your book to decorate. So once again, this book will make 5 different sizes. Now, inside there, you've also got your sentiments. So you've got My Journey Begins and The Big Book of Me. Now, this one, I would say, is brilliant for, you know, your babies because of the sentiments that's in the collection. So this one here, nice big size, so you can get lots of different bits and pieces in. So you can get all your flips and your flaps in there. You can see that we've used the different sizes on the pages as well. So opening all these little individual ones out, we've got a flip and pop inside that one there. So start to think about all the different areas that you can start to add, and this is your decorations. Yeah, so these are your Flora Memorial patterns inside there. So you can build all those into there as well. But lots of different ways of playing with these.
Absolutely beautiful. They are
interactive.
Really gorgeous. Lots of different things you can do with them too. They would make great storybooks, I think. You know, you can actually have storybooks for children that have got loose bits in and flashcards and things that they sort of pick up and play with.
Really nice way to category their career through school.
Yeah.
So you could have page at the front, get them to draw the picture on the matching layer before you stick
Mine
it
would be a
in.
detention slip in every single slot.
But you could put it in there, you know, first year of school, you put 18 pages in there right up to graduation and have a page for every year.
Nice.
You achieved this year, you achieved that, and just build it up into a whole book to give them on their graduation.
Another really cool way to use them, $24.99 and $24.49 if you are across the pond. Well, that's one we're going to look at more so in this show. 2/3, very busy still, Jodie, as we knew it would be, on the paper trimmer. 2/3 gone now, with a lot of this sat in baskets. We could well lose this in this hour. If you're watching the show back as a repeat, definitely check the website for the stock situation. Why have people loved this so much? There are hundreds and hundreds of these gone already.
Because you can do internal cuts with it. It's something that you can't do with the guillotine, yeah? Now, we've done this in many different colours. So I brought my blue one on purpose because we also do an orange one and we also do a grey one, okay? You're getting the grey one. The grey one is the new colour. We started off with orange, we then went to blue, we're now on the grey, okay? But this is just to show you that your blades, no matter what colour your blade is, it will still work on. The base unit has never changed. It's just the colours that have changed. It's a question I'm asked over and over again. Now, these, if I just pop that out, are a V blade. So if we have a look in there, you can just see the blade popping out of the housing unit. That's a double-sided blade. So you can cut up and you can also cut down. But what you'll note is the little noggins at the side here also parallel to the blade, so you always know where your blade is. So let me just pop that one out. You can see how easy it is to pop them in and out. You just push one ruler up and one down and it'll come out. And then to put it back in, you just give it a little twiddle. Just give it a little wiggle and it'll pop back in. But the Billy bonus of this board, let me just square this up. The Billy bonus of this board is you've got your measurements on the left and the right hand side. You've got the extension bars as well. So if you're a 12 by 12 user,
Lovely to have them in the middle as well, because how often have you got something butted up at the top, you think it's level, but actually it's halfway down your board and then you've cut it and the next thing your mat and layer is as wonky as anything.
Absolutely. So nice, sturdy 12 by 12 surface. And this is the bonus. Measurements on both sides. So I can come over, let's say 2 centimetres. I can bring my blade in 2 centimetres on the ruler because I can see the noggin. I'm going to bring it down shy of 2 centimetres from the bottom, turn it round, and we're going to build this into a frame. So back in at 2, bring it down, across by 2, level it up, take it down minus into that side as well, taking that one all the way across. You've then got your perfect mat and layer internal cut, aperture card, trifold card, gutting it out, saving your card for another use. Just put a mat and layer over the top. Nobody's going to know that you've nicked that bit in the middle.
Also, I guess as well, if you need to cut something to the same level, say you want to do 2 cuts on something, you haven't got to even know what the measurement is. If you just lift up the ruler element, turn the cardstock over and just push it down to the same point and cut back up again and you're done.
Brilliant for doing things like your steppers as well. So if I come across, let's make this up as we go along. Let's go 4, so we're going to come up by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's turn it round, do the same on the other side. In at 4, up to 4 there. So I've got my 2 cuts on either side there. So then you can bring in your scoreboard. Might make a total bodge of this, but hey, let's go for it. Let's find a line. There we go. So I'm going to do that one on that side. Let's find a line. There it is. On that one, and let's centralise that one, and then we'll find another one there and another one about there. As I say, I'm making it up as I go along. Where's the line?
I love this sort of crafting.
Into there, and then all you're going to do is just give it a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to be perfect for all of these jobs, isn't it?
Get that one up in the air. Fold that one over there, and then you can start to build in the middle of your cards.
Really clever. So many different uses of this. It's going really, really fast now. Over 2/3 of the stock has gone. I would definitely say to you, get the coarse blades included, but I would absolutely pop a set of the spare blades in. These are, what are these, like 96% of the stock gone now. They are so limited, those. If they're in your basket, you absolutely need to check those out. $3.59 or $5.21 if you're a platinum member. Always lovely just to have a spare set of anything around, isn't it? Because you know what it's like. They start to dull and blunt, and you do what I always do. Oh, I'll replace that. Oh, I'll do that. I'll replace that. For me currently, it is, because there's lots of elements of that. I'll tell you, give you a couple of examples, Jodie. I had cushion covers made for my front room a year ago. I only got the cushion pads the other day when I was in IKEA. Because like, as soon as it falls out of your conscience, that's it, gone forever, isn't it? And even worse than that, I bought a load of prints for the apartment. Not long after I moved in, I've been in nearly 2 years now. They're still in tubes under the bed waiting for frames for them to go on the wall.
I'm exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
So get them now while you can.
Yes, I've just come off holiday, and when I go on holiday, I have these really nice blow lilos, so that it blows up on the outside and it's mesh on the inside.
Oh, nice. So what, the water, your bum goes in the water?
Brilliant.
Oh, yes.
But it's got a fabric covering on it, yeah? And it's come loose at the side. My husband's like, oh, just leave that here. I'm like, no, I'm going to take it home. I can sew that. That's not a problem. He's like, Jodie, it'll go home. It'll stay in the suitcase till this time next year when we go on holiday. And I'll say to you, have you repaired that? And you'll say, no, just buy a new one.
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. For me, it's not. It's another prime example for me. Not unpacking my festival bag when I go to Glastonbury.
Oh,
and then it comes back out. Well, obviously it was cancelled. We hadn't been for 3 years this year. You can imagine me going back through that bag earlier in the summer.
I bet that we're like cardboard in there.
Yeah, do as we say, not as we do, basically, is what we're saying, isn't it? We want to move on and talk about this. Now, how much the stock's gone? Is it half the stock? Over half now of the classic card has gone. 12 by 12 size, which, as Jodie was saying earlier, super popular. You've got 15 sheets here for $4.99, which is great value. I was just trying to, 216 GSM. What would you be using this weight for,
Right,
Jodie?
so this is brilliant for all your mats, your layers, your die cuts, everything, apart from your card blanks. It's not strong enough for a card blank. Card blank, we normally say 240 to 300 prime. This is a little bit lighter, but it's fantastic for your mats, your layers. But when we're talking about memory books, this is the absolute prime for your spine die.
Right.
You know, your spine die, if you do that in 300, there's no way do you get your creases in a 300. If you do it in a 240, it doesn't like to stay shut. But when you do it with a 216, that's a prime, nice score line.
There you are. We all like a prime nice scorer. $3.99 or $5.75 if you're a platinum member and you want to get your hands on that. We are going to go back to this one. Life is a journey, isn't it? It really, really is. And what you've got in here, of course, is the base there. And I'm obsessed with the name of this, Flora Memoria. I might, if I had a little go, it could be a nice girl's name, wouldn't it, Flora Memoria?
It would.
Yeah, there we are. It's a $24.99 or $24.49. I'm not sure if Jodie is either sure why the price is lower in the US on this one. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, but what I would say is snap it up. So you're saving actually $33 on this if you are across the pond. Everywhere, no matter where you are, you're getting it for under £20 or $20, which is amazing value for money. Rhonda says apparently we've got 2 trimmers on our website. Are they both the same? I'm going to have a look, aren't I?
I don't know, honey.
I will have a little look, Jodie, and I'll...
at the website.
I will come back to you.
Yeah. So let's have a play with that die set, okay? Now, with the memory book dies, they only cut on 3 sides. So if I turn that over, this side here doesn't have a cut line, okay? It's completely smooth. Your cut line is only on these 3 sides here. So therefore, whichever side you put this, it doesn't cut. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do that quite close to the top, because we're going to do a 3-page book. We're going to put that through the machine, and that is going to cut on those 3 sides, the 3 sides only. So all the way through. I've done really well so far. I've made no fridge magnets. I'm really proud of myself.
I think one might be the spare blades. We do have the 8-inch guillotine on the website as well, the Tonic guillotine, but I think it's the Tonic Studios Super Trimmer, and then the other item next to it is the spare blades. I think that might be what it is, so it might be confusion.
Well, the difference between a guillotine and the super trimmer, the guillotine only does straight lines. Yeah, you can only do a cut down. With the super trimmer, as I showed you, you can cut into your cardstock. So you can cut wherever you want. You can cut a diagonal line in the middle. It's entirely up to you. You get more versatility with a super trimmer than you do a guillotine. But with a trimmer, you do need to replace the blades. The guillotine, you don't need to replace blades. So it's all swings and roundabouts.
I think definitely place for definitely for both, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely, there's a place for both. Yeah, it's the same as a roller and a paintbrush.
Oh, I wouldn't use either of those.
Yeah,
Place,
you know what
place
I
for
mean?
knives.
You
There's
can
not room
still
for either of
paint-
those for me,
You can
Jodie.
still paint a wall with a paintbrush. Equally, you can do it with the roller, but you get a better job with the roller.
Yeah, I agree. In principle.
So let's take. Joe gets a man in, doesn't
A person, please.
I
Come
don't-
on, it's 2022.
I don't blame him at
I
all.
do need to get. I do. Talking about the apartment still. It was white. Everything was white. Every single wall white. Every door frame, every door white when I moved in. Everything 2 years still white. Because the thing is, I did think about doing it myself, Jodie, but I would create so many jobs doing the jobs that I then have to have put right. It would be more cost effective just to get someone in to do it from the off.
But you could have it done, come to work and go home, it'd be finished.
Exactly, and I'll do that. I reckon at some point in the next sort of 4 to 6 years, I'll probably get around to having it painted.
Don't
And
blame
also,
me.
I thought, why paint it for it to then get tatty and need repainting it? Why not let it get tatty and then have it painted? You see?
See?
And it's pretty tatty now,
Up
so it'll be
here
getting
for
painted.
thinking, down there for dancing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you can see now that those dies have only cut on 3 sides. So I'm just going to cut off that excess card, and that's what we're going to be left with. So we're going to bring in the super trimmer, and we're going to come in and I'm going to complete those cuts now. So all I do is level up my line and just cut away all those excess bits of card. Because this is how you make the spine on your book. Because you need this extra cardstock here to wrap around your book. So I'm just leveling up to my actual cut line in there and chopping off the excess. So that's my front cover and my back cover. I want my internal pages to be covered because that's where we're going to get the stability. So we're going to take another one of these, and this time where your die is actually left a shiny little ridge there, I'm going to cut down that first ridge line. So I'm going to bring that in, and I'm not going to come all the way down to begin with, because the chances are I've actually put the die on lopsided when I was doing it. So that's that one. Now I can come in and do the other one as well. So let's just chop that off so I can see the actual line. So I'm going to come in there now and chop that one. So I'm using my grid line on my board so that I'm level. So they're going to be my 2 internal covers on the front and back. And now we're going to do exactly the same as what we've just done with all our pages now. So coming in, chopping away all that excess. So we want 2 for each page because we want them to be nice and sturdy.
Donna Lee has gone for it. She's bought all 3 collections today on the memory
I don't
box.
blame you. You're going to have so much fun because everything will work on its own, but equally so, everything will work together.
Yeah.
So you could have different pages in different books. You could be using the different pages as different flips and flaps inside your books. So let's come in and do this one. So I'm just going to line that one up. And you can see this time I'm actually cutting from the bottom. Yeah? And this is the bonus about the super trimmer. You can do it from whatever direction you feel comfortable, and by doing it from both directions, what you're going to actually do is get more uses out of your blade.
Of course.
Because if you're only cutting up, it will be blunter on the upright, but if you're doing it on both of them, you're going to get more usage. Okay, so I'm just going to go through and I'm just going to take off those little bits, because that's one page. That's my front cover. Hold on. Front cover there. I'm getting confused. One page, 2 pages. I nearly chopped my front cover in half then.
Oh, don't do that.
Don't want to do that one.
Absolutely not. Dieta says how fun it would be to make a memory album for a loved one or friend and find pictures of items from the year they were born, and then put in the album like toys, cars, TV, the prices of all the different things, like all the stuff that happened on the year they were born. That would be really fun, wouldn't it?
What would be fun? You know I have a sort of naughty sense of humour.
I do, yeah.
Okay. What about putting all the naughty things the children have done over the years?
Yeah, that's a good
in
one.
There. You know, the pictures that we, let's face it, all us parents have.
Yeah.
You know,
Not my parents, obviously, because I'm an angel.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
So all those funny pictures of the children, maybe when they've pulled the Christmas tree down, or their faces when they've done something wrong, like eating a whole bowl of chocolate sauce and it's all over their faces.
If it was my brother, it would be the forced removal of the paddy would be my brother's. That would be in his. And the redecoration of the front room.
Yeah, all those different things that, let's face it, every child does. Yeah, all us parents have got those photos. Share them. I think the memory books are more about documentation for years ahead. So pictures of the grandparents, pictures of, you know, I've got pictures of my mom. She looks absolutely amazing. It's my mom, yeah, she's an amazing person, but she was 21 years of age, stood in front of my granddad's white car in like sort of knee-high white leather boots, little mini skirt, you know, little tootsie and all the bouffant hair. Do you know what I mean? And it's pictures like that, unless I document that while she's still with us, what age were you then? Where were you? Were you actually courting Dad at that time, or were you seeing all these?
All those memories get lost otherwise, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Absolutely. So let's bring in a scoreboard now, because the equipment for memory books is very much the same as what you have for card making. So scoreboard, I would say a super trimmer, but you may have another trimmer of some description. An embossing tool, a pair of scissors, some good adhesive, and some red liner tape. That's all you need. Easy. And 95% of crafters have already got that.
Absolutely, they do, yeah.
Yeah. So let's bring in the scoreboard.
My brother's picture of, like, in that sort of style book, we could have the picture of he was an absolute rotter, my brother, when he was little. He was such a naughty, naughty child. My mum and dad got him out of his cot once, put him in bed with them. He must have been approaching 2, I reckon. And there was a small pair of scissors on the bedside table, and he managed to, whilst they had sort of had all fallen back to sleep, so like, he'd cry, they'd get him in with him, all fallen back to sleep. He's woken up, crawled off the side of the bed, got the pair of scissors, and he managed to cut every last shred of the duvet cover up around them whilst they laid in bed. They woke up, and a feather duvet. They woke up, it was just a sea of feathers and shredded bed linen, How about
that? now, what would be nice there, if you put a picture in, maybe made a little Polly Pocket and put some feathers in it.
Put some feathers in there, I mean,
really nice.
he was definitely a one, my brother, let's say that.
So if you imagine now that is the beginning of our book. So what we need now is we need the spine, okay? Now the spine, as I say, you need a lighter weight cardstock for this. And the Craft Perfect is the perfect weight for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place that onto there, and we're going to run that through the machine. So just bring it a little bit lower, and that one on the top, and we're going to run that through the machine.
Marvellous. Panicast says I'm going to save these shows for the demos. They've been excellent. Which spine should I buy to go with this memory book set? Would be the spine that you're looking at there as well. I'll give you the details again for the spine on its own. I know I shared this with you earlier. If you want the spine, if you were going for just this item that's on your screen, you would go for the spine, and the spine on its own is available. Every single thing in the show is available individually as well as in collections. And here comes the spine. Here it is, $10.99 or $15.99. That's the best one for you to go for. I think that's right, Jodie, isn't it?
It is. You know, we do different size spines, but this is the middle ground one.
Yeah.
So this is a really nice one to start with.
Perfect.
We do one that's slightly narrower, but
Yeah.
we also do one that's slightly wider.
Perfect.
Now, it all depends on what you're putting in your books, okay? So what I would say is if you're just going to make a bog standard memory book with a couple of flips and flaps in, this is perfect.
Brilliant.
If you are going to do a book that is just a photo album, and you're going to put nothing in there but photos that are going to be relatively thin or flat, then you would use our narrow spine. Equally so, if you're going to put like that travel book, loads of tickets and everything else in there, then you're going to want a wider spine.
So it's dictated by what's going in the book, really, is it?
Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely it is. So we've got there our spine die. So when we look at that, you can see that we've got all those little lines on there. We've even got the dots on there which tell you where to stick. So you can't go wrong, okay? So I'm going to take one of my pages, I'm going to take my spine die, and I'm going to bring it across and just mark it. So what I like to do is I like to have about 1/4 of an inch at either side here so that my spine is actually encapsulated into my pages so you don't actually see it. So let's just cut that now to size. So let's bring that super trimmer back in and let's cut that to size. So I'm a high-tack girl. I do like my double-sided tape. You could be doing this with just normal adhesive if you want, that's entirely up to you. But I have to say, I'm like, stick it down, get it done. Brilliant. So let's cut that one. And then that one. And then the one at the bottom. And then we're going to go and fold all our lines. Now, if you've never made a memory book before, you are not on your own, okay? A lady did ask whether there's instructions inside the packaging. There isn't. But if you go onto Facebook and join Making Memories with Jodie, there's nearly 11,000 people on there making these books.
Perfect.
Okay, so there's loads of inspiration in there. If you go into the top section, there's videos in there where I show you to do what I'm doing now. How to make the base core books, because everything else really is over to you. You decide how you want your book to look, yeah? So I'm just folding all those little score lines, and now I take my tape away and I glue dot to dot all the way down.
Perfect.
So dot
Really
to dot.
straightforward.
It is. There's nothing hard about it. There's nothing that can go wrong. Your dies have cut the shape, and all you're doing is sticking it together with your tape. So now, when I open that one out...
Question coming from Mariposa says, do any of the memory book dies fit on the Gemini Junior, so like an A5 cutting plate?
Right, we did this earlier. Hold on, let me just take that out of there. So, let me get the plate out, because I sourced a plate. So it's here. This is the Gemini Junior. I know it's the Junior plate because it tells me so.
Right.
So the ones that will fit on the Junior are the first collection
Right,
of
okay.
those ones.
Brilliant.
Okay, because you can still get the side here that you
Yes.
need to extend.
Brilliant. So that would
Okay.
be the Tonic My Memory book layering and base creator collection, we're calling it.
Absolutely.
They'll go on to your Gemini Junior.
Yeah.
Amazing.
The only issue is with the large nesting dies that come with it. You won't be able to use this large outside edge.
Perfect.
You have to go down to the next size down, okay? But you're still able to use your Junior plates.
Wonderful.
With that particular one.
Awesome. Cindy says, can you connect two spines together to make a wider one? Now, I don't know if she means a wider one as in more pages or she means a taller one. I'm not sure.
You can, because you wouldn't fold that middle one.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So if you don't fold the middle one,
Yeah.
then you're going to get a wider gap.
Right,
You could
okay.
also add another one onto there. So at the moment this is 3 pages.
Yeah.
I could add another one onto 6 or reduce it down to 5. Or
Yeah.
you can add as many pages in there as you require. So
Brilliant.
I like to reinforce my spine. So I'm going to take some more tape and put some more tape on the back. Now the reason I like to reinforce it is because at the moment when I go to stick this down, it curls. And I really don't like it when it curls because it ends up lopsided in my book. I've done it many times. I did it, I'm not going to risk it for a biscuit again. So you take a piece of scrap card and what you're going to do is you're going to then stick that spine, come on, I'm going to stick that spine onto his extra piece of cardstock. So come on, out you come. So now that is going to stick onto here, and then you're just going to roll it out so that it's all level. And you get a lot better adherent in your book because there's no way can that move now because it's flat, completely flat. Okay, so now we know that we've got the 3 uprights. We can then start to dictate how wide this section of our book is. So let's turn it over. Let's bring in some more tape.
Again, Silver says, is there any difference between the 2 super trimmers on the shop of the day? One is a super trimmer and one is a replacement blade, Silver, I believe. If that is not correct, do let me know. There's a handful of those blades left to go around. If they're in your baskets, the replacement blades, please check out or you're going to miss out on them.
Is it because the blades have got a picture of the super trimmer with
I thought the blades have got a picture of the blades, to be honest, on where I'm looking on this on the tablet here. So I'm not really too sure as to where that confusion has come in, to be honest. Who knows?
So what I've done, if I bend that back, can you see that I've stuck it about 1/4 of an inch in from my actual score line, okay? So that gives me a little bit more leeway at the front there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my scoreboard, and this is another way of doing this. You can come in, you can find where that line is, and I'm going to come down there. And I'm going to bend that one. This is just another way of doing the book. So if you look on the shows previous, I show you one way of doing it. This is another way, okay? So I've come down and I've got that little flap going over that side. So with this one, what I can do, let me just take that. With this one, what I can do is take that off at the score line there, and then I can just use that as a glue tab and stick that one onto there. It's just a completely different way of making your actual cover, okay? There's no right, there's no wrong way of doing it. It's choices, isn't it? So let's bring in our pages now. So,
I believe, so the super trimmer on its own is $24.99, but there is a bundle on there where you get the super trimmer and a set of the spare blades together for $21.99. And then you can get the super trimmer blades on their own as spare blades separately as well. So that's where the confusion is. I would get the super trimmer and the blades together. However, I would imagine if the blades are about to sell out, that means the super trimmer and the blades are also about to sell out. But who knows? Just get it whilst it's there.
Just don't question them.
Yeah.
Just get the cheapest one, yeah? Because at the end of the day, if you're paying, what did you say, 24 for the trimmer on its own, 21 with the blades.
Yeah, it's actually cheaper to get it with an extra set of blades than it is to get it without.
Yeah, so 21 that, so minus the 4 for the blades, you're basically getting the super trimmer for 19.
Less than that.
19.
You're going to get the super trimmer for, well, you're paying $21.99 for, you're getting the super trimmer for 17 quid if you take the cost of the blades off.
Yeah.
However, I know that the blades are about to sell out. So when the blades sell out, that means the super trimmer and the blades together will also sell out. So if it's in your basket, check it out, because otherwise the super trimmer on its own will be $24.99 when it sells out. Does that make sense? No.
So I'm just coming and I'm adding my high tack onto all these wee little panels so they're all ready to go. So let's bring our book in. We want to reinforce the front and the back. So best weight, a lot of people ask about weight of cardstock. So for your main carcass of your book, I would say a 300 GSM because that holds its shape lovely. I mean, all these books that you're seeing around me are all made with a 300 GSM and they have travelled the world over and over again and they're still in as perfect condition as when I made them, okay? So putting the front onto there, so that is now a 600 GSM there. And then one on the back as well. Now I do believe if you go onto the Crafters website, there is a 300 GSM Nina card on there as well, I'm told. So that would be perfect for this. So I've now got my front and my back. Now there's a lip there and that would really annoy me. So I'm just going to trim. There we go, it's gone. Bye-bye, Mr. Lip. It's just where I've misaligned it. So you've now got the beginning of your book. Now to attach your pages, it is so easy. So just take your tape off, align your first one up. So you're going to go side to side, offer it up to your red liner tape and fold it down. Your next one. Now I'm going to have a top opening book. That's because you said it were a bargain.
Yeah, I just feel bad because I told everyone there was well, you had a bit of time on the super trimmer, but actually it turns out the super trimmer and spare blade bundle has gone.
You jinxed it.
It was $21.99. You can get the super trimmer still, but you're gonna have to spend $24.99 on it now.
Jinxed it. That's what you did.
I know.
So just carrying on, offering my pages up, working out which side I want my adhesive, because these are going to be top loading pockets, and we're just offering them up to the spine like so, onto there, and then the last one. Come on, Mr. Tape, play nicely with me. Let's find out which one it is there. So just on that side, offer it up at the top, make sure it's nice and level, and then pinch it at the bottom. So all those will lay completely flat in my book. Your spine, let's just make sure that all those are stuck in, is absolutely perfect inside there. You can't actually see the page because the pages have gone straight over the spine and stuck on either side. So it's an absolute perfect finish in there. But the book will fold completely flat. So if you do go out and do farmers markets, craft fairs, village fetes and everything else, why not just sell the empty book? Take a book already decorated so people can see this is what you can do and just sell this bit. I know as a crafter, if I'd found somebody making books before our dies came out, I would have gladly just bought off a plain book from you. Yeah, but that there is your book, all ready to go. And now it's also got top loading pockets.
Perfect.
In there. Let me just put that piece of card in. So you can put little tabs in the top as well.
Amazing.
And that's how easy it is to do one of the books.
Really is. It really is so straightforward, I think, and that's what Tonic are great at doing. You know, taking something that looks really elaborate and making it really easy for you to achieve it. If you want to be making what you've just seen Jodie put together right there, then very simple. All you need to do is grab a hold of this. $24.99 or $24.49 is your price here on these, with a really, really great saving as well. $14.99, $33 is your saving if you are across the pond, which is brilliant. I want to tell you again about this as well. This is 60% gone now, this cardstock here, 216 GSM. As Jodie was telling us, absolutely perfect for mats and layers, which this is going to work really well with. We were saying earlier that I think 12 by 12 is a really good size because you could use it and get the offcut. The offcut's worth keeping. How often with A4 you got like a strip up one way and a tiny tab across the top way?
One of the bonuses about the 12 by... Bring me sheet over. one of the bonuses about a 12 by 12 is you can do a lot of different things inside your memory books you can do as well. So if it's a good noise, isn't it?
That was the packaging, by the way.
That was the zip, yeah. So if you take a 12 by 12 cardstock, we can put it into here. So if I come down at 15, I'm going to go across and come down at 15 as well. So I'm going to now level up to my 15 line there. Come on, are we going to be in situ? So I'm going to come down now. Actually, let me just fold it up a little bit so I can get those central lines right. So just going to come in and give myself, there we go. So I can now come in, and we will be in the right place, Jodie. Let's pray. So we can come straight down that centre line as well. Just come all the way down there. And because it's a lighter weight cardstock, it creases absolutely beautifully. So now, let's do that one as well, on that diagonal. And then what we're going to do is we're going to give it a little bit of a tease to bend it that way. And then a little bit of tease to bend it that way.
It's almost like one of those things you used to do at school.
Yeah. So now, if I was going to do that large book, like that one there, that would fit in on my actual page. I would have a little matten layer on the front there, and then when that opened up,
oh wow,
I'd have all those pages.
That's really cool.
And all those patterns inside there.
That's really cool.
That would just expand out. But that's from your 12 by 12. But look, I mean, I've not done it with a scoring tool, you know, or a boning folder, look. But the creases are perfect in them. There's no cracks on any of those creases at all. Yeah, it's just a beautiful cardstock to be able to make all those different things. It can be a frog. Hey, look, are you okay? Yeah, it's late.
What's that?
Okay, I've been up really early. I've just come off holiday. It's my first show back.
I think you've done excellently, as you always do, Jodie. You know, an absolute true professional as always. On air, you should hear her off air, honestly. she got. No, let's stop there.
You're going a bit red over there.
Yeah, I was just going to say something. I was like, no, just leave it, Joe. Leave it. Don't do it. Leave it. Me and Jodie have known each other a very long time, is all I need to say. Let me just share with you then the other memory book items that we've got on the show for you. Very busy across all of these now at the moment. First one we looked at then was this one here. It's the Layering and Base Creator collection. I think some people, maybe Jodie as well, just from looking at some of the comments, are looking at these and thinking, well, which one, if I'm going to go for one, which one should I go for? Where's the start point? Where's the end point? Because I know maybe if someone's never made these before, they could look quite similar, couldn't they?
Yeah, so what I would say to you is, if you've never made a memory book before, I would start with a plain, simple one, either the square one or the rectangle one, yeah? This one has got all the fancy ones on it, but also think about who you're going to make it for, yeah? I would say that this one is quite feminine in shape, where the other ones could be either or, yeah? Right. Because of the shape of this one. But if I go and open this one up, you can see that we've got all the different pages inside here. We've got all the flips and the flaps inside here. Magnet closures on them. You've got your little tabs inside them as well. Bringing in all your matten layers that you're also getting in that series as well. So you can see that the matten layer is going to work in there beautifully. But just work out where you want to put things as you go through your book. But just very, very easy to make that beautiful book there with those dies.
It's quite retro, this one, isn't it?
It
Which
is,
I quite
yeah,
like.
it
It's got a
is.
real nice retro vibe to it. The next collection then we've got for you is this one just here. So this one is, I'll bring those details in for you, your Keepsake Bookmaker Base and Spine collection with 12 different elements. Again, a really, really great price. Great savings across all of these die collections that Jodie's bought us today. 1983 or 2863 as a platinum member. Would this be a good starting point, this one then,
They
Jodie?
would, because you've got your spine
Perfect.
in there as well. So when we look at this one, this is not the largest one. That's your largest one.
Right.
Yeah. This is your next size down, because your dies are going to make your 5 different sizes. Okay. So just quickly flicking through this one. Did this in all the black and white and the little bit of rose gold in there, with all the different elements in there going through. But this one's also got your top loading pockets in it as well. So just bring in all the different dies that you may
Really
already...
lovely colours and patterns in that one.
There is, isn't there? It's nice to work with just 3 colours. Yeah, and all we've got in here is 3 colours, your black and white and your rose gold, with a hint of that raspberry in there as well. Yeah, just bringing in different ideas, whether you've got the little flaps in there, whether you've got maybe some 12 by 12. If you buy it in a pack, it's not normally at the back. It's got 4 6 by 6 matten layers in there, and you get to the point and you've got so many of them, you don't know what to do with them. All I've done is chop it down with the actual dies, to make it a whole page front, so that it will just lift up in there. It's a good way of doing your other... What's that say? I've not looked in this one for a long time.
Her presence.
A true friend warms you with her presence, trusts you with her secrets, and remembers you in your prayers.
How nice is that? Very, very lovely. So that's the second option then for you. That's a Keepsake Bookmaker Base and Spines collection. We need to work on these descriptions, I think. We call this one Keepsake Bookmaker Base and Spines collection, that one, which is an interesting name. $24.79 or $35.79. And then the last one, again, just to recap, we did look at it a moment ago, but we'll just look at it again, of course, is this one. I think this might be my favourite in the show today.
Yeah.
I do like this one, and it's the Life's a Journey Base and Flora Memoria.
It is. It's because you like the memorial
I do.
bit, yeah. But really, really nice to make your baby books, your journals, and everything else in here. Bringing in your flips, your flaps, and everything else that you need in your collection. It's a nice size book. It really is. Brilliant.
It really is a gorgeous one. That $24.99 or $24.49 is your price there on that. Right. We are going to move on to, I'm going to remind you once more of this cardstock, and then we will see what we're going to do next. Right, so this one here is your 12 by 12, 5 sheets in here of each different colour. You've got the white, you've got the blue, sorry, the black there even, my eyes deceive me, or the ivory are your different ones there. $4.99 or $7.19 is your price there on that particular one. So yeah, make sure you grab a hold of those.
So there's just a couple of things that I want to cover, okay?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people say with memory books they take a lot of paper.
Right.
They don't, because you can gut them out and put your plain matten layers on, okay? Maybe you have got bits and paper in your baskets at home, you know, your scrapbook boxes, yeah? Make your own papers up.
Oh yeah.
So this here is
You
all...
love showing your pom-pom off tonight, don't you?
Oh, I do, yeah. It's nice and furry.
Can I
Yeah.
feel it?
You can come and feel my
Alright.
pom-pom any day, darling, yeah?
Oh, it's softer
Oh,
than my pom-pom.
It's softer than your
It is,
pom-pom.
yeah.
So this here, this is just little strips of paper that I had in the box. So I stuck them on at angles onto double-sided sticky sheets, put tape through the middles and everything else, and then added glitter on. Yeah, so you can make up your own papers in your books. You don't have to use patterned papers. So inside this one, there is a lot of patterned papers, but then when we get into the middle, there's also lots of plain pages for you to add different notes and everything else onto them. We've even got vellums inside this one as well, yeah? But a lot of the times I'm asked, there's no way, Jodie, can I do a memory book? Yes, you can. If you're a card maker, you can make a memory book. So I've been and got some more different cards out of the back. These are Crafters companion dies.
Okay, doke.
I've got no idea what they are, what the names are, anything. Okay.
Me neither.
But look.
I do really.
But looking at the composition of the card itself, okay, you've got the actual shape. So if I took that memory book, for instance, that could come and sit, and that would be a mat and layer in my memory book, but I could still have it as an easel because it would be interactive in my book. I wouldn't have to change anything about that. I could make the card and then put it in my book. Equally so with that one. That one would sit on one of the pages and would lift up to reveal what's underneath, and that's become another page. There's nothing different in making a memory book as there is a card. So that would need a bigger book. So let's get a bigger book. Let's bring in my life's journey. So that card would be a lovely page layout on there. And then it just opens up. Yeah?
Perfect.
So what I'm saying is, don't get yourself all bogged down thinking, oh, there's no way I can do all those flips, flaps, stick my magnets in and all that business. You're already doing it. You're already making a memory book in all the cards that you're making. The only difference is you're not sticking them inside a book. Yeah? You're not following a colour cord all the way through. Yeah? If you stuck with that combination, so white, green, and that beautiful cornflower blue, and you did that in the same colourway, 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 stuck all those on the pages, you'd have a beautiful book. It's easy. Just don't get bogged down thinking, I've got all those pages to do. Do a page at a time, go away and come back. It's easy. It's a project. It's not a card. You're not going to make it in 20 minutes. You're not. Believe you me, something like that took me maybe three days to complete.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's constant working from 9 o'clock in the morning till far too late in the evening.
Right. Yeah.
With too many glasses of wine. But it's a project. Yeah, it's something that you can sit down, you can play with, put it to one side, and come back to it.
Brilliant. Well, Jodie, as always, an absolute pleasure. I hear you're back with us on the 21st of September, I'm
I
told.
do believe I am, sweetie.
Oh, look at that. That's really planned out, isn't it?
It is. It makes a change, doesn't it?
It really, really does. I don't know who it was here.
I don't know what I'm bringing.
Not
I've
a
got
clue
no
what will be
idea,
on the
mate.
show. I won't be here. I know, don't cry too much.
Where you going?
It's my day off. That's all.
You're
just
not
my day
allowed
off.
days off in this industry, sweetheart.
A safe trip back down the motorway, won't
Thank
you?
you,
I look
darling.
forward to seeing you again really soon.
See you later.
Take care.
Bye.
I don't know why I'm waving at you. I'm not going anywhere. I tell you what, why don't we take a quick break then, and then we'll come back in a minute with more creative cravings and my TV wife, Debbie Fisher. See you in a sec.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products, with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
The one that was really funny, Ben. You didn't.
It was better than your I'm a gnome and I live in a caravan.
I am a gnome and I live in a caravan.
Can we clip that? Everybody's gone surfing, surfing USA.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
Favourite core product at Crafters Companion that I use day in and day out on Crafters TV, of course, has got to be the Gemini Junior. I absolutely love my Gemini Junior. I'm going to say 95% of the die cutting that I do is going to fit on an A5 platform. Therefore, it's going to fit within my Gemini Junior. I always have it at the side of my crafty desk at home. Where possible, I always have it at the side of me on Crafters TV. Whether I am going to be doing the die cutting, whether I am going to be doing our embossing with folders and stencils, all of which are going to fit on the Junior. I love the size of it. I love that it gives me a little bit more space, but I love the fact it takes nothing away from the A4 Gemini. It's exactly the same. It holds the exact amount of pressure. You can do the same with the pause and the reverse function. I will forever be grateful to Leanne for bringing out the Gemini Junior. It is the one I love, I adore, I will use day in and day out, and you know what? I'm going to constantly use it day in and day out because I love it that much.
Very busy there on all things tonic. Make sure you check out your baskets if you want to get your hands on those items. Right, we are back. Debbie is back in the building. We've got another hour of cravings coming your way, which is lovely. Are you feeling rested and revitalised, Debbie?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not really. I was falling asleep in the green room.
Oh. Did you have a little nap?
Do you know what it is? I think when you go and just relax, it's like I put my feet up, I was watching Emmerdale on the telly, and then it was like, oh, it's time to go. So
Nice one.
I'm nice and relaxed more than energised, but I'll be fine. Once I get crafting, we'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah, we will indeed. Lots of you chatting away, lots of you saying how much you enjoyed all the tonic hours today as well. It's been a very, very busy day, but we're going to come back and we're going to dive right back in again then. We've got another hour of creativity coming your way, which is fabulous. So let's crack on, let's dive in, and let's start with, we're going to go back to the gatefolds, which are these ones just here. So these are those. So this one here is your floral meadow that you are looking at. These are brilliant because there's three sort of clear defined ways of using these. So you can see here, you've got the different panels in. You can just use the gatefold element on its own if you want, just to get a sort of base shape there as well. So really, really awesome. These ones are floral meadow. You've then got floral swirls, deco vines, lace and scrolls. Then you've got the classic lace, and also you've got the opulent baubles in here as well. So all of those, £57 or $76 a price if you want to get your hands on these. Platinum members you're looking at just over £45 or $60, which is brilliant value. Make sure you get your questions in as well. Any questions you've got, I'll pop them across to Debbie. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion over on YouTube too. But I believe we're going to get into another demo on these, Debbie.
Yeah, absolutely. They are such a joy to work with because they are so easy. And actually, sometimes I feel like I undersell something when you say it's so easy, but we want to be the creative person that makes everything possible. And by having easy dies that are easy to put together but look quite complicated, I love the fact that we can use our ink pads, we can just use plain cardstock, we can use whatever we want in our stash, and different coloured cards. I mean, look at that. How about doing a little bit of paper piecing? So being able to create that really easy gatefold card, but then just adding a little bit of paper piecing inside it as well. And it doesn't matter how you do these cards, whether you keep them minimalistic like this one and really nice and simple, they all look so stunning. But I love the versatility of these. So once you start creating those gatefolds, you can then start creating these beautiful cards where that's cut straight into that card blank, which looks amazing. Both of the designs really complement each other. You might just want to put it at the side. Look at that paper piece at the side, creating that beautiful border on the side of your card. That is absolutely stunning. And I absolutely love this one, Joe. So I found this in the back of the box. So using that panel on the front of your card, but look at this, when I open it up, having that beautiful pop-out section in there, using the masquerade ball papers, just makes it look exquisite. That is so beautiful. So think of all the different ways that you can be using these dies as well, because honestly, it's endless. Now, we're going to create one of these fold-back gatefold cards. It's the same on the sort of concept, but slightly different. I'm going to be using let's bring this one in, it's the classic lace. This one has got really beautiful detail, and I think what will attract you to each one of these dies is the actual shape of the die cut in the centre, because they really are beautiful and each one offers something different. So the first thing we're going to do, we want to cut on the front of our gatefold card. Now I've got a 6x6 card blank. I've scored it in half at 3 inches and folded it over. So that creates my half gatefold, or fold back card, sometimes we call it. Now I want to be quite creative, so I want to create my panel here, and then I want a panel on the side as well. So we're going to use our first one. So, and in fact, I'm going to use the same die so you can see how they look when you use the same ones together. So I'm going to take this one out. We're going to take out this piece here. Now, I want to cut the shape on this side, but on this side I don't. So what I'm going to do to start off with, we're going to use this. Now, it doesn't really matter what side you sort of put them. But I'm going to pop this with my edge coming into here, so we get a straight edge at the side. And I'm just going to have that down the side and bring in some low tack tape, and we can stick that down. And that will create our first one.
Debbie, your nails match that last card, says Pandacraft.
Oh, thank you very much. I must get them done this week. I haven't had chance. I've not been home. I don't feel like I've been home for ages. So I'm going to get them done on Saturday. They're really overgrown. Right, let's pop them in. This card possibly, yes, because look, that cardstock, exactly the same as my nails. Right, now we're going to offer this into the mouth of the machine, and if you want to, you can pause and you can re-put that back out, but we're just going to run that through because the power of the Gemini is going to cut those beautifully. So just letting those come out, and then what we're going to do is, so we haven't cut the border on this one, so I'm just going to take that piece out. Just like so, and be really gentle taking that off the side. Just going to use my pokey tool to get all those pieces out. So just taking all of those little swirls, just be a bit careful to pop them out, because you've got some beautiful intricate swirls in there and you don't want to damage those by pushing too hard. So all of these are just falling out. Just take that one, a couple more, and that's done. So you can see, now I left it like this because I want you to see just how beautiful each one is in a different way. So let me just give this a tap down, take all those pieces out, making sure we've got them all clear. And then what we're going to do, we're going to place it on the opposite side, but this time we're going to use that edge die as well. Now, because I want this as my gatefold, I'm just making sure that when we pop that to the side, I'm sure I must have put it somewhere, Joe, but I can't see where I've actually put, oh, there it is under here. I want to make sure that this one is going to go on the opposite side. So once I know that that will be like that, we can open our card out and place both of these dies onto this section here. So I'm going to line it so they both go to the end. And then we're just going to make sure that that outside edge and that main cutting die are right in place there. And then let's just take some low-tack tape. And again, always secure them into place with your low-tack tape, because that will just make sure that your dies don't pass over each other. If you are a beginner and wondering why, you need to take them down, if a die crosses over, it won't really harm the die. I've never had a die that's not worked afterwards, but what it will do, it'll put a big dent in your die. And I just think for longevity of your dies, just make sure you look after them and take them down. Or you could just cut them one at a time, which makes it a lot simpler. So we're going to just because I had to pick out a few of those bits, what I am going to do with this one, we're going to, so once I know that's gone through, I'm going to pause and press the reverse of my Gemini. And again, because this is a sort of Creative Cravings is sort of for beginners, if you haven't heard of the Gemini or you're new to us and you want to know about our die cutting machine, all of the education is out there on Crafters TV. Just type in Gemini tutorials and you'll find so much on the web and on our sites to teach you all about that. We do specific shows, don't we, Joe? Masterclasses and things on different products.
And you can watch every single show back on our website as well, which is always handy. I don't know of anyone else out there that allows you to do that. There's years and years of shows on the website that you can watch back whenever you want, which is marvellous.
Absolutely, it's amazing. And I do say it time and time again, it's the one thing that I love about Crafter's Companion is that education. For years as a crafter, I remember I've done it many a time, Joe. I've bought something, got it home, been really excited when it comes through, and then I just can't remember what it was that inspired me to make it and what that card was that I really loved and I wanted to make with it. Now we can just go back and re-watch all the shows and find out exactly how to use them. And what you'll find, and I do this as a crafter, is you end up coming up with loads more ideas yourself. And that's so because everything is just very inspiring. Right, so that's our die cutting done. Now what I have done is die cut that out again. We've done that, so with a pink piece of card, I've just the same piece here, I've just die cut out that piece, because what I want to do is create that beautiful shadow effect behind here. And then I also want to put a piece of card, and also for rigidity, is to pop that behind. So we're creating a shadow on this one, and then we're creating that beautiful panel on the opposite side, and it just brings it all in together. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to use my dotted tape pen, and I'm going to just do it on this side. This card's going on the inside here, so all I'm going to do is use my dotted tape pen to put the dots down, and then it doesn't matter going on our scrap piece of card. So let's pop that across there and all the way around. Now just be careful on this one, just of those little swells, because they will lift up and you don't want to damage them, so it's nice to keep them all into place. I'm just making sure I've got all of those covered. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that, I think, and then we're going to pop this into place, because I could be able to see that a bit better on another piece of card.
Olga's struggling with her paper warping or cardstock warping when she uses intricate edgeables. Anything she could do to stop that happening, Debbie?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So it sounds to me like, Olga, that you may have quite a powerful Gemini machine. Sometimes, Joe, the pressure of the Gemini can be a bit too much for your cardstock. So what we would do then is we would try different shims. So what I would suggest, the first thing you do, I mean, let us know how long you've had your Gemini for. And I know this sounds a really strange thing, but a Gemini always feels needs to sink in.
Right.
It needs to be worked, it needs to find its place, its levels. And sometimes when you get your Gemini for the first time, those first few weeks it can be quite powerful in its plate combination. So it can really push down, and then it sort of finds its level and it sort of evens out. It's a bit of a strange one, but it really is that case. And then what we would recommend is to take out your magnetic shim. So you would have your cutting plate. You could put your card down with your die, then your plastic shim and your cutting plate on top. Try that. If it's not enough pressure, then bring in your metal shim, and you can use that as a shim, not for anything else other than to replace your magnetic. So you could then try that. If that is still not giving a good enough cut, now this is a really good tip, and I've done this myself, is if you're getting too much pressure from all your combination, but not enough pressure from cutting this out, do this first. And I know it seems like a little bit of a faff, but it really does work. Put this combination through first without your magnetic shim, and then add in your metal shim, magnetic shim, and put it through. What that does, by not having it in, it stretches the fibre of your card, and then the final cut can go in and it won't warp your card, and that really does work. So it's 2 passes, but honestly your machine will settle down. Sometimes when you first get the Gemini, it can be a case that it's got so much pressure in it, just needs to level itself out, and that will do that. So you should be fine. But that's a really good way of not letting the card warp. The other thing is your weight of cardstock.
Right.
If you're using thinner paper, or maybe just 180 or 210 GSM and not a heavier weight cardstock, when you die cut that, because there's hardly any GSM in it, any weight, it's going to stretch the fibres even more, and then that way it will make it warp. So the heavier your cardstock, sometimes the better as well.
Okay, doke. Olga, I hope that helps. Myra says, hi all, first time for ages that I've watched live. Might be something to do with Joe and Debbie on together. We haven't really had a giggle fit yet today, have we?
No, we haven't.
We haven't. We've been pretty good today. So maybe
today. We've been a little bit serious today.
Been a bit serious. Maybe it's all going to kick off in the last 45 minutes of the day. Who knows? You'll have to stay tuned and find out, Myra.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, so I'm just popping my cardstock inside. Then I'm going to use this one behind here, so to tie in all of those beautiful papers. Oh, nearly done it the wrong way. Pop them down like so. And then we're going to use that on the side. And then all I want to do, well, no, we didn't show this earlier in the demo, so I'm going to bring in those dies on the back, because I keep forgetting about them. So you've got that nesting dies on the back here. Let's bring, you're getting 3 in this one. You get a sort of different amount in each one, depending on what shape and size. And then I'm just going to bring in some coordinating cardstock. So we're going to use our middle one for our dots, then our outside one on the white, and then we're going to use that purple to tone it all in, and then just tape them down just so they're not going to move in our machine. So pop that on. Have you got anything planned for the weekend, Joe?
Oh, what have I got planned? Oh, you threw me there, Debbie. Yeah, I have actually got have I got any? What am I doing over the weekend? I'm keep getting this weekend and next weekend. I've got a busy weekend next weekend. I do have a lovely weekend planned though,
because I am Edinburgh.
Yeah, I'm going to Edinburgh tomorrow night, straight after work at 9 when we finish. However, the trains. There's a 3-day train strike on, so I'm having to drive up to Edinburgh tomorrow night and then drive home on Saturday night.
Oh, so you're going to go to Edinburgh from here?
From here in the car, and then drive back to Manchester on Saturday night in the car. Because Sunday I've got to go down to Peterborough on Sunday night, so I didn't want to have to go drive from Edinburgh to Peterborough, because that, believe me, is not a nice journey. I'd imagine that's... You're probably looking at a good 5 or 6 hours or 7 hours maybe. So yeah, I won't be doing that journey. But yeah, and then next weekend's Manchester Pride. Whoop, whoop. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh, that'd be
What are you
great.
doing with your weekend?
We're over my daughter's
I mean, it is only Wednesday. People are thinking, gosh, these two are jumping the gun a bit.
Oh, yeah, we are actually. Oh, do you know what, Joe? I was honestly thinking that it was Friday tomorrow. Is it only Thursday?
So it's Wednesday today, because it'd be cartload now if it was Thursday.
Oh, look at me wishing the week away. That's why I asked what the weekend was, because I thought it was Friday tomorrow.
I did think it was a little early in the week, to be honest.
Yeah,
but, you know, no reason we can't look forward to the weekend.
Yeah, of course. But anyway, I am going to my daughter's at the weekend. It's my youngest's 20th birthday tomorrow. I can't believe she's going to be 20. Where has that time gone?
Tomorrow or Friday?
No, her birthday's
well, actually
tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
Yeah,
okay,
it's actually tomorrow. So yeah, her birthday's on the 18th. And then, so we're all getting together on Saturday and we're going to have a games night.
Nice.
We love playing games. We play the train game. So, the train game, yes. Oh, you'd love it, George. It's so good, yeah. So it's called, oh my goodness, Express. Oh my goodness, the name's gone out of my head. Someone will tell us, Joe, because plenty of people
The train
play it.
game?
It's well, we call it the train game.
Well, the only train I'll be getting this weekend, that's for sure.
Oh, it's a fabulous game. It's just a really great game.
It sounds
to
wonderful.
play.
If you'd like to give us the basic concept, maybe we could enjoy it with you.
So basically, you have a board and you get a different board. So you can get Europe, you can get America, you can get the UK, and they're double-sided boards. And you can play 6 people and you all have a different coloured train set. Well, all the trains are the same. Do you know a bit like Monopoly board where you've got your houses, but you've got like black trains, red trains, and you get cards, so you're just dealt cards, and the cards give you destinations to get to one place to another on the board. Joe looks bored already. You're going to yawn then, wasn't you?
I know why they call it a board game. I'm only joking, I'm hanging in there, Debbie, I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, and so basically, and you collect points for the longest destination. So you might get a card that's only 3 points because you've only got to go to one destination from another. So you might go sort of from London to Birmingham, say, and it might not give you a lot of points. But then you might go from London to Scotland, and it will give you more points. So you could earn lots of points. Yeah, it's just, and it's a really fun game, and it also teaches you all about places as well. So places that I've never heard of and where they are, and you make those destinations, and yeah, and everyone's standing up over the board to see where their destinations are, and you're trying to. It's really good.
It does sound quite fun, actually. I'll take it back.
It's a really good board game. Yeah, and my whole family love it.
And it's all in the UK, is it?
No. We've got quite a few of them. So we've got like the UK one, we've got America, we've got Europe.
Oh.
Yeah, there's lots of different boards.
Sounds
that you can
fun.
buy, yeah.
I'd never heard of it.
Yeah, it's very good. Very good. If you like board games, we love board games. Yeah, we play quite a few. Oh yes, it was the right way. I thought I put it the wrong way.
Pandacraft says we went to see a Whitney tribute at the Yorkshire Wildlife Park in Doncaster last Saturday.
Nice.
She was great, danced and sung all night. Better than when we saw the real thing. There you are.
Wow.
Love that. I didn't know that there was.
How nice you got to see the real Whitney.
Sorry?
How nice you got to see the real Whitney.
Oh yes, sorry, she didn't see the Will Whitney at the Wildlife Park last
night.
night. Right, yes.
And I thought, how nice.
I was like, gosh, this is going to be a really hard conversation, Debbie, if you didn't know.
Is it me? Is it me, Joe?
Yeah.
It must be me.
I was like, oh dear. Janet says we played the Dominoes train game.
Oh, okay, Dominoes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure what that is, but sounds good. Sounds good.
Is Debbie talking about Ticket to Ride?
Ticket to Ride, that's
Laura
it.
May.
Ticket to Ride, yes.
Ticket to
Yeah,
Ride.
I can't remember what it was called. That's terrible, isn't it? Right, so let's pop. Now, all I've done is put this one, which is Smile. Yeah, Al and his girls are real. I mean, me and the kids have always played board games, but my lot are obsessed with Monopoly. And actually, Al goes to all these, they go to like board game conventions where you can go and try out the board games and play with the people that are selling them and stuff.
Right.
So, yeah.
And who went to one of those?
Huh?
You've been to one, you say?
I haven't been to one, but he's been to them
Right.
with his girls. So that's how he's got all these board games, and that's how they got the ticket to ride. But we do there's a camel racing one, and they all sound a bit childish, but actually they're brilliant games. They're very, very good games. Just going to grab some
Good game,
foam
good game.
pads. What was that?
Good game, good game.
Good game, good game.
Board game. I don't think I've played a board game in about 25 years, Debbie.
So the other thing that's quite up and popular is apps, games that you play on an app.
I like that one. What's it called?
Oh, Heads Up,
I like
yes.
a game of that. Yeah, that's
I've
fun.
got that on my phone and I've never played it.
Oh, we'll have a game when we get home later. Bit boring with just two of us.
My favourite game to play is Werewolf.
Werewolf?
Werewolf. Oh, I've put 2 on there, Joe. Look, I'm not concentrating. Oh, I play it. Yeah, you must have.
I mean, I
played.
have, but like maybe not for 25 years. So it was since I was a kid. Debbie, Tracy, board games? No. No. No, nah, she just said.
Oh, I love them. We could spend all day and night playing them, and that's what we're doing. We're having a takeaway and playing board games all night. Yeah, Werewolf's amazing. You'd love I need to do that. We need to play Werewolf up here because it's really easy and it's a quick game. It lasts no more than about
Is it a board
5
game?
or 10 minutes. No, so you get cards, but it's not really a board game. Basically, there's like a werewolf. There's all different characters. There's a drunk.
Right. Oh, that'd be me.
You've got the villagers and that sort of thing. And then you have to shut your eyes and the app tells you what to do. So it says everybody shut your eyes and then it says werewolves wake up. So only the werewolves wake up. So there's 2 werewolves or 1 werewolf and they can look at each other and know who they are. And there's a minion and the minion's got to protect the werewolves, but the werewolves don't know who the minion is. And you then have to talk and say, so, you know, who was this and who swapped my card and yeah, it's very good.
Sounds like very Inspector Morse. I am sneak watching whilst at work, says Laura May. We don't mind, Laura. What do you do? Is it boring? If it is, then you watch us. That's what I say. If your boss asks you for an explanation, you can't blame me though. Sorry. Floral Meadow is the first one you've got. It's 6 in this collection for you. Really great these because you can mix and match those different panels around, which is fabulous. So it means that you get 3 distinct different looks here, which is amazing. You've got Floral Swirls, which is this one just here, with again that really lovely. How would you describe that gatefold, Debbie? I just tried to. How would you describe that gatefold? Where it meets. I looked at that and was like that's a, and I can't think of the word.
I have no idea.
I have no idea either. This one here is your Deco Vines. Sorry?
Curved.
Curved? I guess so.
Curved swells.
Not sure. This one there is your Lace and Scrolls. Then you've got the classic lace that. And you've also got in here your opulent botanicals as well. All of those are coming included for you, which is awesome. £57, $76, $45.60 or $60.80, or as a platinum member. Right, we're going to move on. And we're going to have a little look at these. These are the Aquablend pencils. These were so busy earlier in our Craft Vault show because they're half price, which is rather marvellous. So they should be $24.99 or $29.95. Today you're picking them up for half of that. Well, actually, lots of you using your Club Inspired discount getting them for even less than that. These ones here, as you can see, platinum members $9.99 or $11.98. Which is your price there on those, so don't miss out on them. Really lovely watercolour pencils, those brilliant quality. These here as well were also very busy in the earlier show. It's your tri-blend markers, a really great try-me selection here. It's the exotic blends that you've got, which is your burnt orange, aqua blue, gold yellow, pink violet, alpine green, and the magenta as well. $9.99 or $14.99 is your price on those ones. Right, we're going to move on and we are going to have a look now at the reveal the wheel, which are these ones just here. Really fun interactive card, these, and you've got lots in this particular collection. So you're going to start off with this, which is your reveal wheel, which is sort of the main worker element, if you will. And what you've got here is this wheel that twists, and then you can pop all of your different sentiments on there, different words. It will correspond to everything that's around it. You've got the window here, the wheel, the slider, everything you need to create the basic concept with this particular card collection. And then what we've done is pop loads of other bits in here for you. So on these extras, you've then got a different shaped aperture and then all the different sentiments within there as well, which is fantastic. So you can see all the different ones that you've got in there. This is all of your festive balloon. Then you've got the dreamy cloud. You've got the absolute star. From the heart, you've got sweet delight. And you'll also get speech bubble. Oh, hello. You'll also get speech bubble as well within there. Really cool, these. A brilliant deal. I also think as well, they're a really good price considering how great the concept is that you're going to build with these. Bring all of your different papers in. Take any of your different collections and bring them into these too. So $25.60 or $35.20 if you are a platinum member and you want to get your hands on these. Very, very busy across on the website at the moment. Who else we've got here talking away? Laura says, I'm a data analyst. It seems boring to everyone but me. Well, the thing is, if you enjoy it, then as long as you enjoy it, then it doesn't matter. Rhonda says, my son used to play werewolf with his friends, but no app. The werewolf would tap someone out while eyes were closed. Then everyone would try to guess the identity of the werewolf. So maybe it's like a play on a sort of more traditional or a longer standing game. Who knows? Yeah, there you are. Any questions you've got, get them into me. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion over on YouTube. Now, Debbie, we haven't done card of the day in either of the two shows because there's been no finished projects in either of the previous shows. So that means that card of the show in this show will be card of the day. And also Jodie didn't really make a finished one either in the earlier show. So
yeah, of course.
There you are.
It's been one of them days, a bit of a strange day, but we've got through loads, which is nice. I'm just going to show you a few samples, and I really want to get on to showing you how they work because they're super easy and really good fun to do. I love the concept of these. So basically, you've got a reveal wheel. You get this little wheel that you spin, and you can turn it around to whatever you want to say. I love it because you can use it with whatever you've got in your stash, so all your papers. Again, just using that wheel just to go, oh, I can't even see back to front, using that wheel to go up. So wishing you a totally terrific birthday. You can put Christmas ones on there. I love this one. So the balloon one, you've got your little one there, wishing you a totally fantastic birthday. So lots of different ways of being able to do them and use up all those papers that you've got in your stash as well. Now, what we are going to do, we're going to be a bit more creative with it. I know it's Creative Cravings, it's a little bit more beginner, but I want to show you some different ways of being really creative. So the first thing I've got is a 6x6 card blank, okay? So that's my base card blank. Then I want to create my actual wheel itself. So what I'm going to do is take a piece of pink cardstock and we're going to look at these dies. Now, what you do need in these, and you don't have to choose, you get everything. So this one here is your main worker element. You only need this to create them. All your others are to create your different projects. So this one here, if I bring it out, you'll be able to see all the different things that we've got in here. So you've got your stamp set for those, but we're going to be using the Sweet Delight one. So I'm going to pop that to the side. Then on the back, you've got your big wheel. So this is your main wheel. We're going to cut this out of our pink cardstock. And then we've got all these different sections as well. So I do love it.
It is your absolute favourite. There's a sea of pink over there, I can see.
I know. I am a bit of a pink girl. That is absolutely for sure. And then we're going to cut this mini wheel out. So we're going to pop that onto there as well. Now, these dies are you're going to line up to create. But we're not using this one here. This one that's got almost a little prong down here. All of these are what you're getting in these, but in different shapes. So in the sweet one, you're getting a sweet one. In the dreamy cloud, you're getting a cloud. So all those different shapes, that's the one that you're going to be able to position onto your actual wheel. So let's cut these ones out and get started. So nice and easy. First of all, let's die cut our first one. Oh, and the other thing I want to do, Joe, as well, is let me bring in this one, because I want to create a template using this, and I will show you why. So I'm going to take that out, and we're just going to place that onto there. So that's going to die cut that out for us. So bringing them in and popping them into our Gemini. So it's just a case of getting organised, getting everything cut that you need it to, and then you can be sort of creative with your stamps. But what I love about this, the technology, Joe, that goes into these. You know, when we always say, not always, sometimes we say we'd love to be at the beginning of when they thought the idea, and then running it through of how they put them together. Because I think you've got to have that real technical minded brain to be able to construct these, let alone have them easy enough for a crafter to be able to do.
Yeah, and I must say, if you just said, sketch out a design that does what these do, this would be the last way of doing it, because it's so clever how they're quite small bits of metal, which is why they're so cost effective, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. They're so amazing and such good value. This is a great set to have. I've done this because I just want this piece at the moment, so I'm going to pop that to the side, and then this one you can colour these in as well, which we have done, but I'm not going to show them coloured in. I have got some finished embellishments to show you though. So that's our two pieces there, so let's pop them to the side. I still need this one because we're going to layer these up. So we've got our wheel, we've got our mid-section. Now this wheel is what you put your foam pads on to place on here, and then it makes it easy to turn. It takes it off the ground a little bit, okay? So we've got those two pieces. You also do need to get yourself a brad or a split pin. So I've just got myself one of these, and it's just the one where you've got that little brad, and then you've got your little legs that you can split in the centre to even at each side. That's what's going to allow you to be able to turn your wheel, okay? So we've got that, we'll pop that safely to one side. Now with this piece of card, now I've done this, I'm pretty sure it's 5, yes it is 5 by 5. On this one, what I want to do is use that piece of card that I've done, and I'm going to bring Oasis in, and the other colour I've used, but we haven't got it in the craft room, and that is, it was Winter Rose I used from home, and all I'm going to do is use this as a stencil to go through. So just go with your inks all the way through. So it's a really nice way of almost making stamps, but creating them on your background. So you'll be a bit more careful, hold them down, and then get creative with those. Once you've done that, so I'm going to bring in my finished one. I've done that in 2 colours, so I'm keeping it all nice and pinks and blues. You get a background with all your sort of sweeties on there, okay? Now the next thing we need to do, we need to find our centre point. So I'm going to use my, I'm going to grab my ruler, and I'm going to, in fact, yes, I think we've got a pencil. I'm hoping that, yes, there's a pencil, which is great. You do need to get yourself a pencil. We're going to find that centre point, so I'm just going to line that up into the middle of my board, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some notches down the side. Now you can actually just do a really faint line, so you get, oh, can't even see that. Let me sharpen.
Very faint that one.
Yeah, very faint line that one was. We've got a pencil sharpener, so I'm just going to quickly give that a sharpen. There we go. So let's try that again. So pop that into place, and then we're going to just find that centre point, and that's all you need to do. Finding. Yes, that is the right one. I thought I hadn't found my centre point. So just really faintly down that centre, and then I'm going to do that on the opposite side as well. So popping that over onto there. Let me just bring that up without getting my head in there. I'm trying to do that by the, there we go, and pop that little line through there, so we can just see that line. So the next thing we want to do is to bring in that die set again. We're going to use this half circle one. Now this one we're going to line up on the line here, or wherever you want your turning place to be. So obviously you could have it, if you have got someone that's left-handed, you could put it that side and your turning wheel is on that side, but we tend to sort of put it onto this side. So once you've put that on there, we're going to grab some low tack tape, and we're just going to just hold that into place. So I'll make sure I've got that line right in the centre. and then hold that down. I'll put that more on my die than on my card because it does get... Oh, what was that?
I don't know, sounded like someone got shot.
Honestly,
Honestly, life flashed before my eyes, Debbie.
Very loud. So if you're using the normal one, you could use this one, but because we're using that sweet one, what we're going to do with that is pop this into place, and this time, see the line coming down here, we're just going to use that little prong at the end and just pop it to that line. So right in the very centre, and then we're going to, again, get just a little bit of tape and tape that down.
I think it might be something to do, because obviously the roof is metal, isn't it? I think it's something to do with, as it cools down, you know, because it expands and contracts.
When I was out there earlier, I could hear some, it almost sounded like corrugated. I think
that your phone?
Falling to bits. You are?
Is that your phone?
No.
Oh, I thought I got another noise there.
No, it sounded like, so that sounds like a pole or something's fallen.
Oh, I don't know.
But there was like almost like corrugated metal banging, which is what it sounded like. So that was pretty scary. I was standing over there thinking, oh, what's that noise?
All sorts of going on. I mean, we do hear it sometimes. That was very loud. It did. I was very frightened. I don't know if you saw me jump, Debbie. I think landed on the other side of the counter there.
Right, so let's grab this one out. So that's our die cutting for that. And then all I've done, so take this away. So I knew this would happen. See this tape? Take that away. And take this piece away. So we've got our two pieces. Just going to make sure I put my dies back because I don't want to lose them. That one and that one. So that creates our inner part. Now, just with a black pen, so I use a black pen to go around the edges here, and if I bring my finished one in here, exactly the same. I've rubbed out my lines. I've just put black around there just to highlight it a little bit more. Got my line, and then what I've also put is just my foam tape around the edges as well. So that heightens that a little bit more. We might have to do that a bit more. I'm not really sure, because when I was doing it, I thought it might need to be a little bit higher. Right, now the next thing we want to do is bring these pieces back in. And we're going to bring in our stamping platform. So again, let's pop that to the side, bring this one in. Now you've got notches on here as well, Joe. Can you see the notches at the top and the bottom and on the sides? So what I'm going to do is pop that right into my design. We're going to bring in our sweet messages. And can you see we've got all these little triangles? They look like wedges of cheese, don't they?
They do. Little baby, no, Baby Bell's the wrong one. What's it called?
Dairy Lil.
Dairy Lil?
Dairy Lil.
Did you say Dairy Lil? And now that is a collab that we do not need. Dairy Lee and Lil. Imagine that. Lil flavoured cheese, tropical flavoured cheese, Debbie. Dairy Lee.
Dairy Lee slices.
Dairy Lee triangles. Oh, the slices, are they?
Triangle, yes. Right, and all we're going to do is just put that point to the actual point in the centre. And can you see the top bit? We've also got a little tiny bit taken out, and we just pop that to the point of the triangle at the top. So it's as simple as that, Joe. So just going to pop some more of these around the outside.
I've got a very serious question I need to ask you. Something very big I need you to do for me tomorrow, Debbie.
Oh, okay.
Christina's special tomorrow is lasagna. I saw in the email that went out.
I already answered the email and asked for it.
Did you email and ask?
Yep.
See, I haven't ordered it yet, but I'm not in early tomorrow. So by the time I get in...
You won't get one. You won't get one, Joe.
Why?
Because I never do. That's why I've started because I've been coming in at 10 o'clock now. And when I come in and ask at 10 o'clock, they've already been pre-ordered.
Well, I'm sending an email right now.
Send
Very
the email
strongly
now. Yeah, do the email now. So Christina said to me, Debbie, just email and say that you want it. So that's what I did. So I email now when the email comes out.
Well, can you also then just ask her in the morning as well, just in case, to see if she's seen my email?
I will do that. Yes, absolutely.
Gosh, I'm going to be fuming now.
Isn't it
Can't
terrible?
get lasagna tomorrow.
It's because Christina is amazing. She's an amazing cook, and she does specials twice a week. And I wasn't here for the special yesterday, but I'm here for the special tomorrow. So yeah, I just email and say, oh, can I have Thursday's special, please? Because from what I can believe, she only has, I think, 6 to 8 portions which isn't a lot.
The lasagna is unlike anything I've ever eaten before.
I know, it's so good. And she does it with garlic bread and wedges.
All right, Debbie, don't rub it in.
Is that what made you see, because I had wedges?
I think so, yeah. I was just thinking about what I'm going to eat. Well, I thought, do I want cheese when I go home tonight is what I was thinking. And I thought, what am I going to eat tomorrow? This was my train of thought. Obviously, I was giving full attention to Debbie's demo as well at the same time. And then I thought, gosh, lasagna tomorrow. Oh, no, I'm not in till... I'm not in at 10. I'm in a little bit later. So I was thinking, gosh, what am I going to do?
Oh, look, Joe. Trust me, I've got my stamp the wrong way round.
Oh, Debbie, what are you like?
I know what I like. So let's just grab some kitchen towel and wash that. So what I will need to do now is reposition that one afterwards, but it doesn't matter. We can still do that. So I'm just checking. Yeah, so it's not that way, is it? Is it that way? Yep, that looks... Yes. I was sort of thinking whether it was... I'm just going to do it. Just going to do it, Joe.
You're just going to do it?
Just going to do it.
You just do it, Debs.
There we go.
You just do you.
There we go. So we've got beautiful, delightful and sweet. And then when we put this one on the right way, let's just pop that down onto there. And you can see how easy it is to position these in the right place. And this is why it makes these such an easy project to do and a really nice project to do as well. So just put in some ink on that one and then ink that one up. I've done it again. How have I done that? How did I do
What have you done?
How did I do
How have you done
that?
that? Why don't you just
it
pretend that bit
twice.
didn't happen and we'll just pretend it's not there?
Right,
Have you put it on upside down again?
No.
Oh, look at that.
I can't believe I did that twice and stamped it that time. I thought, oh, that's not inking up very well. Never mind. You get the gist. I did do it right at home, so we're okay. That's what it is. We're getting late, aren't we? So, but anyway, we're just going to place these back on to our little section. So popping them in, just go where you've got them printed. And then that gives us our turnaround circle. My goodness, is that the time, Joe? Where has this
Where does it go?
3 hours
Doesn't it
gone?
fly by?
I honestly don't know. Right, now what I have done is got my black piece of card, and just in the centre, can you see I've put a little cross, just a little pencil mark. So all I've done is gone again with my ruler, made a little pencil mark, just so I can see where the centre point is. Because what you want to do, I'm going to take my pokey tool, and we want to, oh actually, we don't want the pokey tool. What we are going to do is pop these together. So we've got our top sheet here, we've got our middle piece, and we've got this. Now on here we want to create some, how big are these? Oh, these might be perfect, Joe. So I'm going to use these on the bottom. Now I think this is a really good way of being able to have a better way of turning your mechanism. If you don't put your foam pads down to heighten it up, you won't have enough room. I've also put foam on the sides here, which make it a lot easier to turn your wheel. So when you pop this onto here, can you see you've got room to put your finger behind when you're moving it. And then this bit will go on the top. But because I put that on there, I also want to, I'm going to put another row of the foam on here, because just to heighten this up a little bit more. So you don't need to do both, but I like to be able to do that. It makes quite a big difference. So let's find this. And then we're going to pop that into place as well. So just pop in a new layer on, and then all the way around. So just on that side. We've got cartload tomorrow, Joe.
We do, yeah. Fast and Furious, isn't it? Cartload tomorrow. So,
always love a cartload.
And we've got Dawn Bibby Creations with us tomorrow as well,
I nearly forgot.
haven't we?
Yes, Sharon's in tomorrow,
Sharon
isn't
from
she?
Dawn Bibby. Is she in for a couple of days? Yeah, I think she's here Thursday and Friday, actually. So she'll be here with myself and Debbie tomorrow, and then she'll be here with Ben on Friday as well. So make sure you come and join those guys for that as well. We'll be enjoying our weekend by that point, won't we, Debbie?
Absolutely.
Are you off all
absolutely.
weekend?
Yes, so we're having a family evening with games and drinks and takeaway on Saturday night, and then on Sunday we're going to Elvedon Centre Parks.
Nice.
Yep.
For the day?
Yes, my daughter works there.
I haven't been since I was a small child, but I've heard it's great fun.
Yeah, my daughter works there, so she gets us day passes, which is very nice.
Oh, nice.
Yep, so we're going for the day, and the swimming pool is now open without having to book a session.
Is it fun for adults?
Oh yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, so much fun.
Right.
So it's not in the respect that it doesn't have there's no nightlife or pubs or, everything shuts quite early. So it's,
no, that's not fun for adults.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
It's because it's an adventure holiday, so I suppose they're thinking you'll be worn out by then.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No, maybe not for me.
There's lots of sports to do. So,
Absolutely not for me.
Right, so where this is, Joe, we're just going to pop this onto the bottom. Now, you can do it two ways. You can either pop that onto here, and then this one will sit on and just turn round, or you can do it the opposite way by having this freestanding. So I like to stick this on. So what we're going to do is pop that through. But before we do that, we're going to put our brad into place. So just there, pop that on top so you can see that hole go through. Put our little brad through there. And then just use our split pin at the back to pop that down.
I always find it's weird that these are called brads. I don't know why, because it's a guy's name, Brad, isn't it? And I thought, did a guy called Brad invent them? We Googled it. No, not invented by a Brad. It just feels like a weird.
I suppose it's like anything. It all needs a name, doesn't it?
It does.
So right in that centre point, we're going to pop that centre piece. Oh, I've got it stuck on me, sticking.
Oh, here we go.
But look at this. So this now will spin really easy because you've got that gap underneath, okay? And then all we're going to do is we're going to stick this to the front. So I'm going to make sure we've got that right into place. Pop that onto our stand. Like so, and then we've got all our sentiments there that go
Fabulous.
around. And then what we've got then, Joe, all I've done is I've cut out some more of those sweets so you can see. I've then popped, so we've got sister that I've stamped on, because you get all those different sentiments in this collection, so you can pop whatever you want on there. And we've got 2A, and then you decide what you want. So delightful sister, beautiful sister, sweet sister. So all these
you could
extra
write
pieces.
in handwriting like annoying, ugly.
I love that. I absolutely love that. I think that's a great way to do. And actually, your siblings will take that. They'll think that's very funny, won't
Yeah,
they?
I think it's funny.
Yeah, definitely. So all I'm going to do now, Joe, is we're going to pop some little foam pads on the back of here. So our first one, so we're going to pop 2A. So that's going to be up the top there. And then we're going to pop just our next ones around. And this is just a fun way of adding all those embellishments from those sweets, and you can do that with anything. So let's pop that onto there, and then we're just going to, oh, what drops? We mustn't lose that. One of the dies have just dropped down. So I'm going to pop this into place. So let's have one there, and then we can pop our other pieces onto foam pads. It's just about being creative, having a bit of fun. I just think they're great concept and super easy to do. And then let's just pop another one onto these. Oh. So one there, that one off. Oh, and that one.
Oh, I really want sweets now, Debbie.
We can just.
Were there any of those
them
cupcakes left when you came in?
Order. Yes, I think there was. And then, oh, I haven't even put it on my card blank. So let me bring my card.
There's still 3 left, Debbie.
There's 3 left, is there? I hope Tracy's managed to have one.
There's six gone, so 1, 2, 3. Hang on, how many of us are there?
Did you hear that?
What was that?
They said me, Tracy and George. Jamie said me, Tracy and George are going to get one.
Yeah, I can run when I need to.
And then if I just bring this one in, all I've done different here, Joe, I've just put some little gems on there just to make them look like nice little shiny sweets. Use your glossy highlights on there, that's going to really work. But I just love the fact that you've got this little turntable and you can put all those different wordings in there. They look amazing. So to a beautiful sister. And there we go.
They look absolutely wonderful. Now let me take you back through them, exactly what you are getting included in here. So this is your sort of main worker element, if you will. Oh, we better do card of the show first, hadn't we, Debbie? Before
yes.
Before I rattle through these. So you've done quite a few in the show, Debbie.
Yeah, we've done 4, 2 in each hour. So let's bring these all in. So our first one, that was that way round, wasn't it? There we go. So our first one was our Gatefold card, so number 1. Number 2 was our Over the Rooftops. Number 3 was our half Gatefold, and number 4 was our little sweetie reveal wheel. 1, 2, 3 and 4.
Okay, get your votes in. 1, 2, 3 or 4. Right, I'll take you back through then what you are getting. So you're getting the sort of main worker element, which is this one just here. Then all the extra ones. So this is Festive Balloon. This has got Wishing You a... Totally, and then you've got all different elements that you could put in there. So you can really customise these. You can really play around. There's lots of different sort of possibilities with them when you put them together. This one here is Dreamy Cloud, which is brilliant. Love that they've all got their own individual apertures as well. Then you've got Absolute Star, which says things like vibrant, super, brilliant, special. And we also have From the Heart, which says rainbows, laughter, hugs and love. And then all the different ways and things that you can put around those. This one here is Sweet Delight, and that one has got lots of different things you can pop in there. And then finally, Speech Bubble is that one. That doesn't want to stay on there, does it? Not having fun, that stamp set. There we go, got that back on there. You can get all of them, £32 or $44 is your price on those, so do not miss out on them. A lot of love coming in for that last card. Adriana says such a fun card. Mary Pat says super fun and cute is what they go on to say. Let me also share these with you because they've been so busy and you guys have absolutely loved them. It is our Punny Christmas stamps. And what you actually get in here is you get the main focal stamp and you get the sentiment as well that goes with that. 4 of these, they're not going to break the bank. They're a load of fun. They're brilliant for things like tags as well as, of course, of smaller card concepts is where I'd be using these. Happy Christmas is this one just here. Then you've got this one that says, baby, it's cold outside. Alpaca my scarf. Alpaca my scarf, you get it? Alpaca my scarf. Then we also have this one here. This one says, it's penguining to look a lot like Christmas. Isn't it just? And then we also have Bar Humpug. Bar Humpug. Get it? Because he's a pug. It's Christmas, yeah. You thought that said bar humbugged earlier, didn't you? And you didn't quite get why.
I didn't.
Why it was funny, Debbie.
No, I didn't at all.
Why the long face? Decoupage, that's the reason, look. I love what Debbie's done there.
It's very long.
very, very long
Big old
snout. Big old snout on that one. Right, $14.97, $20.85 if you want to get your hands on those. Remember what's happening tomorrow then here on Crafters TV. Debbie will be here in the morning, won't you, Debbie?
Oh,
Yes. Looking ahead at all that's coming up.
Absolutely. I'll be with Lily tomorrow.
You'll be with Lily in the morning tomorrow.
Yes.
So it'll be you and Lily and
Sharon.
Sharon, thank you. I haven't yet met Sharon, so therefore, do you find, Debbie, it's one of those situations where it's very hard to remember someone's name when you haven't met them yet?
Well, yeah, she rhymes with Tracy's middle name.
Karen, yes. She does, doesn't she? Yeah. Tracy says she's not called Tracy Karen, but she is called Tracy Karen. We all know it. She's trying to tell us it's Chris with a K, and no one's buying it. So we'll have that in the morning. So it'll be Lily and Sharon. I only remembered because I remembered Tracy's middle name. And Lily. That'll be 11 a.m. tomorrow, 6 o'clock East Coast, 3 a.m. If you're over on the West Coast. And then we'll have a masterclass tomorrow and the masterclass is all about nature's garden. So that'll be fun. That'll be coming at 2 p.m. In the UK, which is 6 a.m. East Coast, 9 a.m. West Coast. All of these shows, by the way, will have the Dawn Bibby Creations products in them as well. And then it's a cartload, finishing out mine and Debbie's weekend in style. That'll be back 6 p.m. tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. if you're on the West Coast. Debbie, the card of the show, therefore the card of the day is demo number 2.
1, 2. Oh, yeah, that's beautiful, that one, the shaker card. So
It was, wasn't it?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely stunning.
Oh,
right.
can I just say thank you, Joe, because I've seen I got an extra star. I must have won last week, so thank you very much.
Oh, yeah, it was your craft along that one.
Oh, thank you. That was very nice of you. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, it was glorious.
Me and
Right.
Debbie are neck and neck.
Sorry, you and
Me and
Debbie,
Debbie.
10 apiece,
Me and
all to
Debbie.
play for. Right, we will see you back here tomorrow. Don't forget to check out your baskets. Big thank you, of course, to the team in gallery, team backstage, and also, of course, the lovely Debbie, but also the biggest thanks to all of you guys as well at home. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Take care.